everyone. Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, the Nate Meister here for another Out of Your Mind Geekin Out review of the rest of the Ahsoka show.
The rest of the Ahsoka show.
And finale, because we finally got together and watched the finale, and we've set up the review. We're here now to complete the series.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yep. Because me and Gabe were talking about this for quite a bit.
Oh, I'm here?
What?
You never said, and here with me today is my boy.
No, you get talking.
I always talk.
Oh, okay. I'm here with my boy, Gabriel frickin' Cruz.
Hey, everybody, it's me. I'm yours truly, the Gabriel Cruz Nate Meister. You know it's me because of the glasses.
The glasses. You can't forget the glasses.
You know who the real Nate Meister is.
Apparently.
All right, hashtag real Nate Meister.
Hashtag real Nate Meister.
All right, yeah, well, so we're here with Ahsoka.
Yep.
We watched the finale.
The finale. We talked about it before that we wanted to try and do like the review of the rest of the episodes. We weren't sure we were going to do every episode, but the thing is with our time constraints and our inability to get these videos as quickly as possible, right?
Right. We just still works. I'm still dad and stuff, and I'm trying to edit videos for you guys and things too. But it's really his fault.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's really his fault.
Of course.
He's got to go do the OT for the HT.
Yeah, it's OT for the HT.
All right.
But so we talked about it. Like, let's wait till the finale and then do the episode immediately after. Do the review immediately after the final episode, which we did.
But you know what? If you guys keep watching, I think there might be a special sign-up thing coming up soon, like a Patreon type thing. Isn't that what we discussed?
Yeah, eventually.
And if those things happen, then we could start to put these things out regularly, like right as the episodes drop, because we'll have the time, and you won't be doing HT.
For the OT. No, it's OT for the HT.
No, I think it's HT for the OT.
What you talking about? Well, you be working for the hot toys for the OT? That's what you're trying to say? No, you're working the overtime for the... Okay. No, real talk. No. Let's get right back to this before Gabe takes me off to another tangent.
Speaking of tangents, tangerines are lovely.
No, Gabe, stop. Okay, look, real talk, guys. So, the finale just ended yesterday or last night, right? Yep. So, which is funny because they've set up now for the shows or the episodes to be released Tuesday nights. I wonder if they're gonna do that now for the rest of the shows, where it's gonna be the night versus 3 in the morning or midnight.
I think what they're doing is they're going back to the old school way of doing things.
Yeah,
which is you do an episode every week, once a week, and you have a premiere day, a premiere hour. A premiere hour versus being at midnight in the West Coast and 3 in the morning in the frickin' East Coast. Right. I mean, they're just gonna pick one and go with it. There used to be those things where you're like, oh man, you got to really hit prime time, which was between like 5 and 8.
Yeah.
So they're just going back to an old school thing. Plus, it allows them to stretch episodes out. have it to where people are actually anticipating and coming back into the platform
for more,
which is what they want. Get them algorithms up, all that jazz.
And also, it helps out with the table talk in the group.
Yeah, it does.
Because most people, with the time scales, what people were talking about with their midnight and 3 a.m. Eastern, most people can watch that time because they're sleeping, going to work in the morning. True. But now 9 p.m. people can catch it and then talk about it around the round table, so at work or something like, I did catch it last night.
Yeah, I caught it last night.
Yeah, I caught it last night too.
But we recapped this morning.
Yeah, we did our own personal recap, which we're going to bring into the show.
Yep.
But let's go over the past few episodes before we get into the finale.
Okay.
So guys, to start things off, as of right now, the best episode of the series of Ahsoka, the bombastic episode 5, Clone Wars flashback. Wow, I can't freaking believe it. It's the Shadow Warrior, right? Episode 5, that's the name. Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, Shadow Warrior. Oh my gosh, dude. That episode, man.
That episode.
You okay?
They shut off because of time.
Were they supposed to shut off?
Yeah, because of time saver.
And he gets on to me about tangents.
Yeah.
He's got to fix his headphones.
I apologize. Anyway, so
episode 5.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. Oh, oh man.
The Shadow Warrior.
Oh man.
I love the fact that in the prediction video portion of the video we did for episode 1 through 4,
we were completely wrong on certain things.
But hey, come on, man! You can't deny that I was right about the flashbacks.
Oh, the flashbacks came.
Yeah, flashbacks came. It was coming. It was beautiful.
Happy about it.
It was freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. But there's other things I was right with the prediction, which we'll get more into in the later episodes when we talk. Yeah, there's a lot that we were hoping to see, but we didn't get to see, in the later episodes. But we're talking about episode 5. Episode 5 really was like a return of the Jedi, if you will, but for Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka.
Literally a return of the Jedi.
Literally a return of the Jedi.
Like the Jedi.
Yeah, Hayden freaking Christensen came back in the role of Anakin Skywalker. We've seen him. Here's the funny thing. I completely forgot that Hayden Christensen came back for Kenobi. That's how good episode 5 Shadow Warrior was. I completely forgot that we saw Hayden Christensen in Kenobi.
Yes, we did. But it's still in the Darth. Well, no, that's right. There was that one scene in Kenobi.
Yeah. They
do the little training training / montage, flashback, not montage.
Yep.
Flashback. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah. It. But the Anakin we got in that was sort of just like a. It was an appetizer.
Yeah, appetizer.
It was an appetizer. It still had somebody's fingers that kind of touched it before it came over. Yeah. But it was a little bit of this one though. First off, I think this Anakin was a better Anakin than any of the Anakins in episodes 1 through 3.
Yep. And I feel that. Granted, hey, don't catch your pitchforks in a bunch, okay? We know. Well, once I get into this conversation bit, the whole thing with George Lucas. Great innovator, great dreamer, his ideas, his visions, freaking beautiful. His direction and writing. We need some work, my dude.
His writing is terrible.
His foundation is beautiful.
I still think the worst word ever used to describe a young Jedi was younglings. It is still, I think, the bane of his overall look at writing.
You're being a bit soft on that, because the more harder point to it is Jar Jar Binks.
No. Jar Jar Binks, I can give a little bit of leeway to Jar Jar Binks.
Do you give leeway with Jar Jar Binks?
Because he's the idiot. All right? Because he's the idiot, he's the fool. All right? But the moment when even Ian McGregor had to sit there and go, he killed. He has to put his hand in front of his face.
There were talks. No, literally in the behind-the-scene talks. Ewan McGregor could not freaking finish the line without laughing.
Dude. First time I saw that scene, I was like, "What? What was wrong with the Padawans? What was wrong with any of that?"
But real talk, guys, I'm not hating on Jar Jar. I like Jar Jar, but I understand why people hated the dude. He's
annoying.
He's annoying.
He's supposed to be annoying. I get it.
But
his character matched that.
Yeah.
So I kind of can let that slide a little bit. Mm-hmm. There is some very cheesy, very very cheesy dialogue in episodes 1 through 3.
Yeah. I don't like sand.
It gets everywhere.
But my dude knows how to get the ladies with the sand.
You know what? I know there's probably those people out there that are now saying, "I don't like Star Wars." It gets everywhere.
But I can tell that if George was more open like he was in episode 3, with Hayden Christensen's acting in episode 2, we would have gotten a much proper execution of the character like we saw with Dave Filoni's direction in episode 5. With Hayden Christensen coming in, being the hero Anakin. And I loved every bit of that. Like the hero Anakin that we missed from the Clone Wars and we visioned him to be in live action.
Yeah, I think bringing in the Filoni version of Anakin was very much so warranted for this, especially for this show. I think this show could. You needed him to come in. I'm glad Hayden Christensen actually is able to show more of his acting skills because of George Lucas's directing style. I really do feel like his acting was never really given a good light of day, so to speak.
Yeah. The only time he did was episode 3, but that was pushing it because it was already at the end.
There was only one moment for me with Hayden Christensen that I ever believed his acting, and that was after he just got done killing the Tusken Raiders.
And, that was good.
And he pretty much said, "I slaughtered them. I slaughtered them like animals." And that moment when he was even like, "I hate them."
I hate them.
But that was the only moment I was like, he can act. He can. And that moment you got that tear that came down, so you knew he was really feeling it. I thought that was one of his few moments until we come back to this. Episode 5, I saw it again. Dude, I saw his acting again.
I can't watch episode 5. I can't watch episode 5 as much as I can because I start tearing up. I just start tearing up because I'm thinking about Hayden Christensen and his event in Star Wars Celebration, where everyone said, "I love you, Hayden Christensen," and he was just bawling in front of everybody.
Because he got,
it was beautiful.
You remember all the backlash that he got from playing Anakin Skywalker, and even me, when I was younger, I was like, man, this guy's just a pretty boy. Because he was. He really, like, a lot of girls really liked him, but a lot of people that were more critical of the films were like, man, this guy is not that great of an actor. And then he did other things like Jumper?
Yeah.
Which he got a little bit more of an ability to bring out some more acting, and he did a little bit better. He did that heist film with T.I.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that movie. The Impossibles or something like that.
But he had other moments, but then he took a break, and I'm kind of glad he did.
Yeah, he became a farmer.
Yeah.
He is an actual farmer.
Yeah. But him coming back into it, I'm very glad he came back into it.
Yeah, I remember back in the again, I don't know, guys, you remember? I keep bringing it up. The hyperspace forums and StarWars.com. Yeah, I was all over there. I had my own account. Always talked about Star Wars with adults, children, my age, whatever. We just talked about Star Wars. Shared our thoughts about Star Wars. And I only was like, at the time, 10, 13 years old, and I saw all the backlash with Hayden Christensen and how the prequels was trash for a lot of people. I enjoyed it. When I was a kid, I still enjoyed it.
I was in my teens up into, I was just in my teens. Yeah, because it was my freshman year up until my senior year. But I knew that he could act well, and again, I think this brought his acting back into it.
Yeah,
and I think he was directed very well. I think you saw a little bit more of his. It's just the Dave Filoni Anakin. The Dave Filoni Anakin does have a different feel to him.
Yep.
And I'm glad that we got to see that in Hayden Christensen.
I like how Hayden Christensen pulled it off. Like, it felt very fluid. How it went from animated to live action hero Anakin.
Yeah.
The legendary warrior from the Clone Wars that Kenobi talked about. This was the Anakin he talked about.
Yeah. It was great.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Oh man.
And then we got to get into the lesson learned.
The lesson.
The lesson between Anakin and Ahsoka. We got to get into that.
Now, here's the thing about the lesson. The one thing that I was hearing over the cries of horror that people did not like about this episode is that the lesson made Ahsoka beat Anakin, right? And Anakin was beaten by Ahsoka, and people were mad about that. People that were mad about the episode.
Okay.
Now, for us that enjoyed the episode and loved it and know the fundamentals of why this needed to happen, understand why Ahsoka needed to beat Anakin at this point, right? Because she needed to learn a lesson. And the true lesson of the episode.
But that was if she were to beat Anakin.
Yeah, if she would have beaten Anakin.
I think there was that possibility that she would not.
Yeah, but Anakin needed her to complete the lesson by choosing whether you want to kill me or let it go.
Yeah.
If you cannot see that from the lesson, because that's been the main lesson throughout Star Wars history. Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker. Just let it go.
I think there was a secondary
episode Revenge of the Sith. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The lesson that Anakin did not learn. To let it go. He didn't let it go. He just, I let go of your head. That's my life.
His head was gone.
Dooku, rest in peace.
R.I.P. Dukes.
He was our visionary.
Sure he was.
The Separatists will rise again.
You get a little loud there, buddy. Calm it down.
Separatists deserve better. Continue.
I think, so for me, the lesson that was there was about the balance.
Oh, yes, about the balance.
But see, this is a really good way to view that two different people can have two different interpretations as to what the lesson was. You know, I really did take it as there is a balance. It's not just always about being the warrior.
Yes.
It's not always about being the passive Jedi, the one who's, you know, trying to make peace with things. It's about what's needed in the moment. And him and Anakin pressing her to
make the choice.
To make the choice of to be what she needs to in the moment. Because her whole, to me, when I'm watching this episode, her whole thing is, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to be the warrior.
Before.
I've never. That was
when we turn to the Jedi, baby.
Return of the Jedi, right there with that line. But it was her saying, "I don't want to fight you. I don't want to be the warrior." She never wanted to be the warrior. She wanted to be the peacekeeper.
And it's shown in the flashback episode where Anakin was meeting with Ahsoka. Like, come on, Snips.
Yeah,
we got a war to fight. Rex is waiting. It was like, I don't want to. Like, I just lost friends out here. I don't want to fight anymore. I was not trained for this. My master told me that we were supposed to be peacemakers, right?
The teachers before him.
Yeah. But this is not the case anymore.
That's not the case right now. Right. So right now, you need to be the warrior.
I'm trying to protect you here.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't be here forever to protect you. You got to protect yourself.
Yep. That's really where I feel like this lesson was more about accepting the circumstances for what they are, and then learn to adapt to what's going on in front of you.
Dude, you know why I love that so much? Because Anakin proves that to her by choosing both Vader and Anakin. Balanced, baby.
And you could.
It was flawless.
Right. When she takes it, she's got the blade, and she's ready to just go ahead and like end this lesson. You can see that the rage come into her, and even in the eyes.
And the Sith eyes, baby.
Sith eyes, but I think the Sith eyes is also a play of the light, because that saber gives a red, right?
Yeah.
So it will reflect into her eyes a little bit differently. But I think that was on purpose.
I think it's on purpose, but I do see that the Sith eyes are coming in though, because of that rage.
Yeah.
I do feel that though. I do feel that.
Right. And she and it was that moment where she tells him, like, you know, I choose life.
Choose life.
I choose to live.
I choose to let you live.
I choose to let you live, and I'm gonna choose to live myself.
Yep.
That she's not just gonna give up, because this whole moment when she's in the world between worlds.
World between worlds.
She's literally on the edge of death.
Yep. And that's the thing though. If everybody likes to complain that Anakin lost in this fight, Ahsoka already lost this fight. Anakin would have just let her die right here.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what I love about Dave Filoni's introduction to balance Anakin Skywalker and Vader together?
What?
Is that Anakin finally achieved his dream. That he will save everyone from dying, save his friends and family from dying, saving the people that he loves from dying. And that very moment, Ahsoka would have been dead. But Anakin came in and rescued her and gave you another choice.
I think it wasn't I think in that regard, it wasn't I'm gonna save you from dying, it's I'm gonna show you how to save yourself.
Exactly. But if Anakin wasn't there to do that, if you want, there's still the choice.
Yeah, there's still the choice.
But I can't fully save you. But I can. But that was always been his dream, to give a second chance.
Yeah.
For those that could die. Like, no, I want to be here. I want to save you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you the choice because it's beyond my power to completely save you.
Yeah. He's always had good intentions.
Good intentions.
Just, sometimes the good intentions are done for the wrong reason, or there's the wrong choices made with good intentions in mind.
Yeah.
And
the whole
Anakin definitely had a good bit of that happen.
The whole situation where I never liked the line, but it does make sense in certain situations. Kind of like with Anakin, good intentions are paved the way to evil. No, it's.
I know what you're talking about. I was on the top of my head too.
I'm butchering the line.
You are butchering the line.
Yeah,
that's okay. I'm glad you're doing it and not me.
Yeah, good intentions are paved with evil intentions or something like that. It's something around that line. He'll probably look it up. But it's kind of like what happened with Anakin. Like he had good intentions, but his good intentions led to his demise, or demise of the Old Republic, demise of the Jedi, demise of the people that he loved.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another thing, too, with the lesson there. That when I bring out the lesson of letting go, Anakin was trying to teach Ahsoka that, hey, you gotta let that crap go about me becoming Darth Vader. You could never have saved me.
No, she never could have.
And she blames herself for that because she wasn't there to save him. She always blames her, and that's why she feels that it's her fault, the way the Empire came about, the way Anakin fell to Darth Vader,
Right.
If she wasn't there, she never got her resolution with that. And that's one of the things that, led to her demise against Baylan fight, is that she was not balanced, both mentally and, of course, the whole idea of going forward.
Here's your quote. The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Dan Vader is one hell of a guy.
Yeah, hell is full of good meanings, but heaven is full of good works is an alternative.
Yeah. Never liked the line, but I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, look at that.
Hell hath no fury like an Ahsoka scorned.
Yep, and Anakin Skywalker. And
bro, just him. He did a great job. He really did a great job bringing him back. And the other thing I really like about like this particular part is like the saber forms is definitely coming.
Oh yeah, different saber forms. I think Anakin created a new saber form in this fight with Ahsoka, because it's very mixture between his traditional saber form, which is saber form 6.
Yeah,
and then he introduces Vader's saber form as well. I forgot what's Vader's saber form. It's more bombastic. I forgot what Vader's saber form is. It's more power behind his blows.
Yeah,
and it's sort of like a mixture. I think this is form 8 at this point.
You could almost see Anakin's ability to change it up, like Bruce Lee not taking a particular kung fu style.
Ooh, yeah.
Like he created his own.
Yeah.
What was it? Jeet Kune Do?
Jeet Kune Do,
way of the intercepting fist.
Mm-hmm.
This was the way of the intercepting blade.
I like that.
I like that. He was like water.
Like water. So with people, complaining that Ahsoka beat Anakin, I'm like, you're not seeing the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
You're not seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah, there's the bigger
as
picture.
The lesson that was needed to be learned for Ahsoka to move forward.
I agree. I completely agree. Now, Jason,
my boy, he got talent, baby.
Jason.
You know how we talked about it. And we were right about this, where they only finds a way for these characters to be involved in certain scenes, why things are set up this way, right?
Yeah.
Jason, we complained that, hey, why is Harrison Dura being a bad mom? I get it. Why bring her son involved in a dangerous mission?
Going on a super dangerous mission.
Yeah. But then now we see why they set this up this way. So to have Jason, show off his force abilities, show like, hey, mom, Ahsoka's out there. I'm like, I could hear her. I could hear the saber.
I don't know if you could, but like when I'm listening on my nice sound system, you can hear not only the waves crashing, but you can hear you can hear that like all mixed in. So the sound design for the show, like, man,
dude,
sound designers out there,
dude, beautiful
job. Beautiful job. So the crew always does a great job. Let's just put it out there. The crew, the camera work, like the cinematography, special effects people, you guys all do amazing. All right.
I think overall, all these shows, have been great.
Yeah.
It's just a story.
It's story.
It's the stories.
Where
everything looks nice. And then George has brought this up. I like to reference George a lot because everything that's been coming forward with the recent shows and movies has been, he called this, and it's been called for years. It's the fact that George said it too, is that we're gonna get to the point where everything's gonna look great, everything's gonna feel great.
Yeah.
But the stories ain't gonna be there. It's not gonna match the quality of what you're seeing, and it's unfortunate that Disney is tripping on themselves with this, because they put out so much content, so much great stuff.
Yeah.
But the story is lacking because you guys putting your budgets and money everywhere else and not getting the right writers, getting the right storytellers to get this.
Hopefully, with the writer's strike being done, the writers won a lot of what they wanted. Okay, with the big companies, including Disney.
Yeah.
SAG, Screen Actors Guild, as of the time of this recording, is in negotiations today.
They are. Okay, cool.
All right. They were in negotiations on Monday and they didn't reach a deal yet. But one of the things that they're touting on the writers is that there will be more writers in the writers' rooms, not just a singular showrunner who also has to write. So there should be more people to spread out the load, and allegedly and supposedly we should get better content because there's more people doing checks on making sure that the stories are coming across the way they should. So I'm hoping that this, since the writer's strike is pretty much wrapped up, that we should be getting some, not only just good talent but we should be getting newer talent, because the newer generation of writers were the ones who were getting screwed over the most when it came to how much work they could do. So cross fingers that our shows should be getting better.
Speaking of shows, Clone Wars, live action.
Bro.
Okay, I know people were complaining that why the troopers look chunky. The troopers look real. They got real armor.
Calm it down.
I am calm. They got real armor. They don't look like CGI troopers anymore. And to be fair, I enjoy my CGI troopers when I was growing up. That's cool. But I love seeing them in live action with real armor, just running in.
Also, people, you got to remember that a good bit of these people that come in to play the troopers are more than likely 501st members. They can't like you can only have so many pieces of Stormtrooper or Clone Trooper armor created for the day that you're gonna shoot.
Yeah.
And the way Mandalorian supplemented not having a huge amount of Stormtroopers was to ask the 501st to come in for the day.
They did.
And stand in for more clone troopers. And then the ones that got slung around, those were your stuntmen.
Yep.
Those were the actors and stuff that put on the outfits. The same is probably true for this.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna see at some point some people coming out like, yeah, I was a 501st member. And that's what happened with Mandalorian Season 1. Mandalorian, some of the 501st members I was friends with were posting photos of them actually on set of the first season finale, because they were all stormtroopers being involved with Moff Gideon and stuff like that.
And that's because their armor has to be approved. It has to be picture accurate as much as possible. Yep. Even those who do the Imperial officers, who do like the Grand Moff costumes and things, that all has to be, if you're going to be 501st member, that all has to be like pristine.
Oh my God, Rex! But this is the Battle of Ryloth.
Oh, my boy Rex, but you got a couple extra Twi'leks.
I love the Battle of Ryloth storyline here.
Which is a great battle, by the way. If you don't know the Battle of Ryloth, go watch some Clone Wars.
Definitely,
just look it up on YouTube.
I think it's definitely the episodes where you really felt the Republic were the heroes.
Well, if you recall, the Battle of Ryloth is one of the first moments, one of the big first moments, where Ahsoka was separated 100% from Anakin.
Yeah, she was mostly in the space battle.
There was also that moment when she was in the... Wasn't this the Battle of Ryloth? When she was in the caverns with the super tank? Was that the Battle of Ryloth?
No. That was elsewhere.
Okay,
Ryloth. She was never in the actual planet side. We never saw the episodes of her being actual planet side. She was actually in the space battle. She lost like several of her pilots and also a cruiser during that. But the thing is, they used the Battle of Ryloth because in this segment here, because I can see why Dave Filoni did, because she lost most of her troops.
Yeah, she lost
in the Battle of Ryloth. Yep. And they didn't want to do a space battle. They did more of a ground battle, which is still cool. I love it. It got more and more interactions with Ahsoka, which is the actress that plays Ahsoka, the young Ahsoka, is actually the daughter of Thanos from Infinity War.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
The same actress. Let me see.
She plays young.
Young Ahsoka.
The young Ahsoka also plays young Gamora.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, young Ahsoka plays young Gamora. And I was like, wait a minute, why does she look so familiar to me? Ariana Greenblatt. Yeah, Greenblatt. Or Ariana. Yeah, she's also in the Barbie movie as well.
Still haven't seen Barbie yet.
I gotta see it.
Gotta see it.
But she did a fine job playing a younger. So I love how Dave Filoni just cooked this episode real well.
This was a good however you like your steak.
Yes.
This was cooked perfectly to the however you like your steak. I'm more of a medium rare kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm same here.
Yeah, so this was good medium rare steak, Rancor steak for me.
Yep, the Rancor steak.
This bit of blood.
The Rancor steak.
A little bit of blood.
Yep. This was the Rancor. Oh, the ATTEs in the back.
Man, those are so
Bro.
good. Those are so good.
Okay, look, I looked at most of this on my computer and my phone. Yeah. When you bring it out to the freaking TV. Oh my God, I love the balance here, because here comes Vader. This episode was great. Was great.
I would say this is probably the strongest episode of the whole show.
The whole show. I love the symbolism between Vader walking alone, because he is alone. When he became Vader, lost everything, and then in between you see Anakin leading the forces, leading the troops. His buddies, his friends, Captain Rex.
Oh yeah.
So, but I like how they showed off Jason Solo's ability here. Like, he's not playing around. No. He does have force abilities. So,
I mean, he's the son of a Jedi.
Yeah. The thing is, because he was always talking about like, hey, I want to be a Jedi. I want to train too. But we weren't like, okay, so,
you know what? This is pure speculation and conjecture. I would not be surprised if Syndulla of Hera has a little bit of force sensitivity in her as well.
Yeah, well, the thing is, most people, especially with talent, they do got the force abilities in them.
She can fly.
Yeah.
That girl can fly.
I think, I don't think she got the help with Jason to see through the noise.
Every time I see Hera flying, it reminds me of The Matrix.
Yeah.
When Jada Pinkett Smith's character's flying, and you got the guy in the gunner seat. He's like, oh, this girl can fly. Oh.
Yep. So
good.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, the wife to General Kenobi. Right? And also Ramona Flowers, my queen.
Ramona Flowers.
Chef Kiss. Love her. I always love this woman. I can't wait. I can't wait to see more of her. I think she definitely nailed. The more I see her as Hera, the more I love her.
Yeah.
I think they really nailed her.
Syndulla or Elizabeth?
Both. I love both cakes. Green cakes, pink cakes.
Oh, no, look, we had a whole bit about your Mothma cakes.
Mothma cakes, Hera, Syndulla cakes.
Now, for all those out there, for all you females watching, he is an equal opportunity gawker. He also admires the male cakes, okay?
Henry Cavill's cakes are good too.
Oh, he loves Henry Cavill's cakes. He's looked at all the cakes, the Spider-Man cakes, the Batman cakes.
All the cakes are good. Cakes are cakes. Cakes are cakes. Cakes are cakes.
It's the layers. He just likes layers.
All the layers, yes. And we were trying to figure out either, what also has layers.
Cakes of layers.
Cakes of layers.
It goes back to Shrek.
Yeah. So, anything else we want to talk about on episode 5 before we move on? I think at the end of episode 5, Harrison Dula and Tiva. Carson.
Yeah.
Blue, my boy
Carson,
Blue.
yeah,
They're getting in some trouble with the Republic because she went on her own little mission.
That's not this episode. I think this is next episode. Next episode, Blue's response to things just cracks me up.
Yes.
But we'll get into that. I do. You know what? I really like with Carson.
Yeah.
Mr. Kim. Blue, as you like to call him.
Our boy Blue.
I love him in the actor who plays Carson, what's his name?
I got you. Lee. Paul Sung Lee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Sung Lee. Yep.
I'm not seeing him on my screen.
Yep. Paul Sung Hyung Lee.
Paul Sung Hyung Lee.
Yep.
All right, that gentleman in Mr. Kim's Convenience, also on Netflix, great show, loved it. That guy's a great actor. I love this guy as an actor. But his role as Carson, it's so personal. Like I can connect with him so much on so many. Like when Syndulla tells him, "Hey, gear up your fighters. We got to go back out."
Yeah,
and he's just like, why? Why we got to do that?
We're waiting for you out here.
And then Hugh Yang just goes, Jason has abilities. And he's just like, okay.
You know the meme now? Where whenever somebody's asking, like, what's going on with this show? I don't know these characters. And Hugh Yang's like, Rebels.
Okay. Okay. Oh, dude. The Battle of Mandalore.
Oh, the siege. Oh, it was beautiful. The siege of freaking Mandalore.
Seeing the death.
The Mandalorians.
Yeah.
The Death Watch Mandalorians.
Mandalorians.
Yes. And I love the fact that Anakin
and he's
was
got
like,
more of his Sith look on this one too.
Anakin was like, oh, the cinematography and the lighting. Yo, whoever did that, you are immortalized by Star Wars history. The cinematographer, the lighting, it was beautiful. No, I'm just saying, they're immortalized in this episode. Look. When,
I know.
The moment that comes up with the lightsaber and crap. Y'all are immortalized forever because of that moment there. It was freaking beautiful. That moment there, man. Like, oh my God, right there where Anakin just pulls out the freaking red lightsaber.
Yeah.
And then he goes Sith mode. Bruh. And I love the fact when Anakin came out of the portal is you could see the transformation of Vader and Anakin in between, and then you hear "You lack conviction." You hear the voice. You hear Vader. Oh, right there! Look at it! Look at him! Oh! Woo! Ooh! Oh yeah! Oh! This was the Rancor steak. This was the Rancor cake.
So this is cinematographer Eric Steelberg.
Eric Steelberg, man. Eric Steelberg,
you did it, bro. You did a great freaking job. Oh,
here's your magnum opus. This is your
Quinn Tran. I don't know who that guy is,
dude.
But still, like,
this is your magnum opus right here.
What else did I gotta know? What else this guy did? You know, I'm a film guy, so I gotta know what else this guy did. What else did Mr. Eric Steelberg do? What else has he worked on? Oh, of course. He worked on, no, wait, maybe I'm looking that up wrong. Where is your movies? Oh, known for Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh, that was good.
Juno, Up in the Air. Of course, he did Ahsoka.
Yep, here's the moment with the Sith eyes. Look at that. Oh.
I know, those
beautiful.
Eyes. Both of them. But you know what? The moment when Anakin is done with the lesson and you know he's in that Sith mode and he takes the moment and he breathes. And then his eyes come back up and it's gone.
Yep.
It just shows you like how much control he has over himself now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He goes back and forth.
Oh yeah.
But
this guy's done a lot.
But yeah. So let's get back to this before we get into another tangent. So, yeah, this cinematographer, this is your magnum opus right here.
No,
beautiful.
It's not.
Yes.
It is ruined for now until he does something else.
I know, he does something else, but right now this is your magnum. This is your Rancor steak. This is your Rancor cakes. Okay. Now, going forward, just to finish things off with the episode, Hera and Carvin Tiva, they're in trouble. They're in trouble with the Republic because they went on a mission that they weren't signed off for. So as of right now, Ahsoka is at this moment. She comes back from the World Between Worlds. She has become Gan of the White, Ahsoka the White, and she's now talking with the whales to try and get back to catch up.
There is a lot of parallels between some Lord of the Rings symbology and Ahsoka's show. So
I think Dave Filoni, Gan of the White. Ahsoka the White. You did a fantastic job with them symbolisms.
After she fights the Baylan Balrog.
The Baylan Balrog. Well, to be fair, I think Anakin was more the Balrog.
No. Anakin was the journey beyond time. Remember Gandalf?
That's right, he did. He went back
beyond time and space.
He went back to heaven and like, no, get back out there.
He's a Minar, so.
Yeah, get back out there. You still have your mission ain't complete down there. Wait, what? No, not with those freaking hobbits again!
Tank ferret.
So Ahsoka, she learned a thing or two from Ezra and started talking with the whales.
Great messaging in this one. In this episode.
And now Ahsoka and Hu Yang are now heading to where the Eye of Sion went. With the rest of the gang to go get Thrawn.
Yeah. So are we going on to episode 6 now?
Yeah, I think we're going on to episode 6. I think we talked enough of episode 5. I think this whole freaking show can be us talking about freaking episode 5, but I think we talked enough about episode 5.
Well, for now.
I think there's not much to talk about episode 5 other than the Clone Wars and the symbolism between Anakin and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And okay, so I think it's time to move on to episode 6, Far, Far Away. Oh, I loved the little homage to the Far, Far Away.
Wait, was that this episode or was that?
Episode 6.
I thought it was episode. Wait, so episode 5. Remind me again. Was episode 5 when we finally got into the whale?
Yes.
Okay, so we had the whole whale thing.
Yep, and then
Carson getting in trouble, almost being reprimanded. And then they jump using the whales?
They jump using the whales.
Okay, so that was the end of episode 5.
That's the episode of 5.
So episode 6 is where we begin in the whale.
And begin in the whale with the light speeds.
Yep. Okay, all right. Okay.
I love the Far, Far Away intro with Hugh Yang. I think David Tennant, Chef Kiss,
Tennant.
you the man.
Oh,
you are the doctor.
He's been the doctor.
You've been
He's Crowley and Good Omens.
Yeah.
He's a wizard. That man can play any role.
Yeah. He is quite the treasure. You're quite a treasure, David Tennant. I loved you.
Can't wait to work with you, sir.
Everything.
Literally, can't wait to work with you. I plan on working with that man.
So, I like the whole Far, Far Away bit.
It was great.
Yeah. I think it was nice.
It was great. And so, do we get to the new planet with the witches in this episode?
With this episode, we do. With the Eye Scion landing, and then we're meeting with Thrawn.
Man, before we get to that, the Eye of Scion, when it gets there, and then the shuttle taking its trip down.
Yep.
The planet itself, just immediately, just going over the hills and valleys of that planet, there's so much history that you can automatically see on the
so
statues.
much lore. Yep.
The statues, again, going back to the sisters.
Yep. And there was this... When we got to the planet, I just felt like I wanted to leave because there was something there that was creepy about it. I don't know what it was. And then we'll talk more about this with the finale. But I felt there was something getting cooked in this planet. Like something...
Well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
There is
like,
something
where does
going
life,
on.
What happened to life in this planet? There was
you know what?
nothing
It's
out
Yuz
here.
and Vong. I'm just going to go ahead and say
Vong.
flat out. Yuz and Vong, they terrify everything if they ever come out. They're the ultimate.
The planet was terrified at this point. There's nothing out there.
I don't know.
It was very creepy to me. And
it's wiped
I could tell why Thrawn was like, let's get the hell... Granted, Thrawn's introduction was pretty cool. Like the whole the chants, the troopers all standing.
Oh, the chants, dude. But even the way the stormtroopers looked, they had that Japanese style of repairing like pottery with gold.
Yep.
They had that thrown in. That one, the captain, was he a captain?
Captain Enoch.
Captain Enoch.
Yep.
The faceplate looks like
very Roman-ish.
Yeah, a Roman. Was it a Roman or a Greek death mask?
It's more Roman.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's
the Greeks did it too, but it was more towards Romans.
Antiquity death mask, I guess we'll just go.
The Romans did it more often.
Yeah. Even Thrawn's, was this the episode where Thrawn was like, if any whales come into play, kill them?
Yeah.
With impunity?
Yeah, impunity.
Like, just butcher them? Like,
just butcher them.
Dang, man, we are not.
Because the thing is, if you guys watched Rebels season 4, the finale, Thrawn got his ass kicked because of the damn whales and Ezra. So of course, he has a thing or two about whales. He has a thing or two about whales.
They're like, I hate whales.
I hate them.
I hate them. I feel like he's over there like, I think we need a bigger boat.
So he's like...
whales are his jaws.
So he's like, what? Clint? Is it Clint? What is his name? What is the captain?
Yeah, the captain. I saw them coming in. He's got put a beanie on his head. Saw them coming in. All their tentacles.
You ever seen a whale's eyes?
Biggest whales they were. Because they were whales.
You ever see the whale's eyes? They're like a doll's eyes.
Just take his monologue from Jaws and give it to Thrawn.
I can't.
That's pretty much what it was for him. I feel like those whales, as soon as he heard as soon as the witches were like, a new Jedi approaches, and he's like, I bet you it's Ahsoka Tano. Like he's got that monotoneness, right? That calmness, or like, this must be the Ahsoka Tano that was supposed to be dead, isn't it? And then of course, Elspeth is over there just like, oh, that's impossible. And he's like, is it really?
Is it though?
Is it though?
Is it though? So I think we should talk about, since we're talking about Thrawn, let's talk about Thrawn of this episode. Okay. There's so much stuff to talk about in episode 6. Let's concentrate. Let's concentrate on Thrawn. Did you enjoy Thrawn's portrayal in the beginning of episode 6, going forward with end of episode 6? His introduction.
Right.
Episode 6 is his episode.
So we go from Ahsoka in the whale, and then we move to Sabine in the prison cell, and her discussion with Baylan.
Yep.
And Baylan was like, from that Jedi perspective, Baylan was over there like, should you be reflecting? It's a time to meditate, reflect.
Come on, girl.
Right? But then when they land and you get Thrawn coming in, Thrawn is still a favorite character, one of my favorite Star Wars villains of all time. Like,
I want to hear your thoughts because Thrawn is one of my favorite villains. But because the way you talked about him in the previous episodes, does Lars Mikkelsen's introduction to him.
Oh,
does that really
it was taking that Rancor steak that's medium rare, and then you put it in your mouth, and then it's just the melt. The melt of the meat and the flavor. Thrawn is the beautiful seasoning that goes on.
Oh, he's the seasoning, the blue seasoning,
the blue
and red seasoning
with your blue milk. Like he's with your blue potato. It's just. Thrawn is. I don't know any other way to put it. Thrawn is just so delectable in his in Lars's performance.
Also, Lars did play the voice.
He was the voice.
Thrawn in Rebels.
Right. So him coming in to just play a character he's already very familiar with.
Right on schedule. The man knew the assignment.
Oh, God.
Lars Mikkelsen knew the assignment. You did it perfectly.
Yes.
You did it perfectly. I mean, like, you didn't skip a step. It felt like Thrawn.
Beautiful.
I didn't even, like, the comparison between Thrawn and the Rebels, non-existent.
I almost feel like that man didn't even need a script.
Oh, yeah, he just did it right out the back.
He just came out, he just stepped onto set.
Yep.
And he just looked around and he was like, I'm standing here. And then everybody's like, okay, frame up where he's standing.
Wait, no, just follow. Just follow the camera. Yeah, camera, just follow.
Camera, just stick with him.
Just stick with him. That's it.
Stick with him.
That's it. But that was not the line. Let him cook. Let him cook.
It doesn't matter. He is literally Thrawn.
Yes.
He is Thrawn. In every shape, form, stature, the way he holds himself. Like, I've seen him in other films where he's kind of got this similar type of evil character. But
you know what I loved about this?
He's so perfect.
I love how his intro. He's playing nice. I love that. He's playing nice. He is playing nice because we all know when he plays rough, he takes the whole thing.
No, Thrawn has never gotten to the point where he lashes out with like rage.
No, not
always calm.
I'm not talking about him being rash or being rough, not being like angry. No.
No, but he's pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You must be. You must be Sabine.
Mm-hmm. But his tactics here, I felt that going forward with him, especially with episode 6, I can tell that he only has one goal right now. I don't care what you gotta do. I don't care what she has to do. I need to focus. I know what I have to do.
I know what I
gotta focus what I have to do. Yep. So you're just letting her go in due time.
It doesn't
we'll get with that.
How did I put it last time? He's not playing 4D chess. He's playing that game with Data.
Data, yeah.
He is Data in a way, just calculating a million steps ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It really is almost only when the Jedi start using the Jedi-ness on him.
That's when he like, okay,
it's like,
I need to up my game.
That's annoying. He's like, it's almost, it really kind of goes back to the old, when you're first watching it, and you're like, well, the only way they could have really beaten the Death Star was with a space wizard.
Yep, exactly. That was the only way.
That's the only way that he gets annoyed is with the space wizards.
The space wizards are as a factor that's random. It's always freaking random.
It's always so, it's like, oh, I can calculate for all of these variables, but then as soon as somebody comes in and just takes that variable and goes way out of bounds with it, like, oh, dang it, that wasn't expected. That wasn't, even if I think he plans for it, he's like, no, that shouldn't be that easy for them.
Yeah,
he was nice.
Yeah, he was nice.
He was nice to Sabine. He was like, Sabine. I'll keep that, the agreement you had with Baylan.
Yep.
I'll honor it. Go ahead. Go on.
I did like how you warned her, like, hey, if you don't come back,
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
What did he say? Like, I'm leaving in like 3 days or three rotations?
Three rotations.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
If you want to leave, you might want to hurry up.
Yep. I enjoyed Laura Mixon's Thrawn. I want to see more. I want to see more.
I really want more.
I definitely want to see more. I definitely looking forward to what's to come after this show with Thrawn. I think this was a nice little introduction of what we're going to see. And we'll talk more about how we feel about the finale, with Thrawn and everybody. But with episode 6, bringing on Thrawn, it was Thrawn's episode. And I love the fact that the moment, he gets brought up that a freaking random factor has come to play where Ahsoka's coming in, presence that we've seen.
Sabine wasn't anticipated in the first place.
She wasn't anticipated, but she wasn't a Force user to the level of Ahsoka that he wasn't worried about. Like, okay, I don't have to worry about her. But now we're bringing in a freaking Jedi, an actual Jedi being involved now. Now we gotta out things up.
So are we moving into episode? Wait,
no.
We're still on episode 6.
It's still on episode 6 because episode 6. We can talk about Ezra's and Sabine's
reunion.
The reunion, which was at the end of episode 6.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I think we could get on today. So you talked enough about Thrawn?
I could never talk enough about Thrawn. Thrawn's my boy.
Thrawn's your boy.
Thrawn is out of every character in Star Wars history ever. Ulrich Keldroma is one of my tops, and Thrawn is my next. Like Old Republic, old Republic for Ulrich Keldroma, but Thrawn, to me, he's the best villain.
Yeah. For me, it's Revan, both Darth and Lightsaber Revan. Love them both.
Okay.
Mace Windu. Always loved that bastard. And let me see. Vader. Vader, of course.
Vader. I'm going besides the classic.
Besides
the ones that everybody points to, especially.
Besides the classics.
Besides the classics.
Yeah.
The ones that are a little bit outside of the fray.
Yeah.
Ulrich Keldroma and Thrawn are two of my big ones.
Revan, Darth Nihilus. I love Darth Nihilus. Oh, Darth Nihilus.
Great choice.
Oh, Darth Nihilus, the World Eater, bruh.
Yeah.
The problem with Darth Nihilus is that he had the Force consumption to a whole new level. That was his problem. He couldn't control it, and overpowered him, and he started freaking eating everybody. He's a very overpowered villain.
Wasn't he one of those that controlled a sun? Was that him?
No, I don't think he's actual.
Or is that back before? That's before Exar Kun days.
Yeah. Darth Nihilus is the mask.
Remember
okay. Old Republic.
Yeah.
Darth Nihilus is the one that had a Star Destroyer. He was flying around by himself.
Yep.
And he would force absorb. The Force absorption was ridiculous on this dude. I'm surprised that the actual main characters were able to beat him, other than Revan. But the thing is, the main character we played was the apprentice of Revan. Yeah. So it made sense that she was able, and then she was also Kira, Darth Kira. She was involved with the fight too. So it makes sense Darth Nihilus did get wiped. But still, the guy was a freaking powerhouse.
I think Thrawn would have beat everybody.
Given
the opportunity.
Here's the thing, though. Thrawn is the Batman of the Star Wars universe. Given enough prep time, he wins.
He's the dark Batman.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
who's
Thrawn
not afraid to kill you.
If you guys don't know about Thrawn, if you're aware about Batman, Thrawn is the Batman of the Star Wars universe. Give him enough prep time, he can beat anybody. Anybody. I mean, anybody. Force users whatever. He can beat anybody with enough prep time. Kind of like with Batman. Give enough prep time to Batman, he could beat a god.
Yeah.
And Batman has beaten a god.
He has beaten a god. He has.
So think about that. Thrawn is the Batman of, well, Darth Batman of the Star Wars universe. But anyway, let's move on. I really love the reunion between Sabine and Ezra. It wasn't bombastic. It wasn't flashy. You know,
no,
it was
just a,
hey, about time you showed up.
About time you showed up. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I love how they kept his eyes.
Yes.
Like his eyes were always that piercing blue.
Yes.
And I like how they kept it. And with his skin tone, it really pops.
It does. He's jokingly now the new Jesus of the Star Wars universe.
No, Obi-Wan is no longer the Jesus.
No, he's Jesus. But Ezra is now the correct Jesus.
Wait. Wait a minute. So what you're telling me is Obi-Wan is white Jesus.
Yes. And Ezra is the correct biblical
Obi-Wan
Jesus.
is white Jesus and Ezra is Jesus.
Jesus. The correct biblical Jesus. Also, he's also known as Ezra Moses. Moses Bridger.
Moses Bridger?
Moses Bridger.
Is he Jesus or is he Moses? Make up your mind.
Both. They're both. People have just come around. I can see for me, when I first saw him, was Moses. I saw the Moses. But a lot of people are saying Jesus. Okay. I saw Moses.
I get which Jesus they're talking about, though.
Yeah.
I get what's Jesus, especially the picture you got on your laptop right now.
Yeah.
I definitely understand the Jesus that
you know what?
the people are talking about.
You know what's cool? It looks like Ezra was a bit of a troublemaker for Thrawn. And he's always been a troublemaker for Thrawn in seasons. But in this show, he was, the show alludes that he was a bit of a troublemaker for Thrawn because his chainmail is made of all the stormtrooper dog tags.
Is it?
Yes.
I never looked at that.
Yes.
The
dog tag, the chainmail he has is made of all the dog tags.
Well, you remember Thrawn was calculating how many troopers to send because his resources were limited.
And it's thanks to Ezra.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I guess I can see. Well, I would say not only just thanks to Ezra, but I'm sure there's also certain parts of the perils of the planet.
Yes.
That took the toll on Thrawn's forces as well.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So I could see how Ezra is still a thorn in his side, so to speak.
And it's to the point where I could see why Thrawn was like, just let him go. Let him go.
What did you think of on Sabine's journey to go meet up with Ezra?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the bandits that she first encountered?
I think they were cool. It felt very, I think we talked about it before, like they felt very Japanese.
You and I talked about it. Yeah, it felt very Japanese, but it felt more like the Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
How the bandits that came in.
That's right, they do look like that.
All like, it's just piecemeal armor pieces. It's not 100% like the full samurai outfits. They're using different weapons, which was nice to see. I really liked the look of those type of bandits. What about the wolf?
Oh, the wolf rat.
Wolf rat thing.
I don't know. I like the whole idea that Master Splinter is now a freaking mount. I think it's cool. I'll get him on 1/6 scale if they do ever make them as a figure.
The mount.
The mounts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they could give it to maybe Baylan or Shin. I don't know if they ever make the Hot Toys for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
Because one was brown, more like one was dark brown for Baylan, and Shin was more white. Because in Norse mythology, their characters in Norse mythology, their gods are always chasing the sun and the moon. So
yep.
Yeah.
And what was Ahsoka's was kind of like a grayish.
Yeah.
Right.
Grayish brown.
Yeah.
I know Baylan was darker. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I like them. I think they felt very childish.
Yeah. I this is just a personal want, not necessarily a critique. I kind of wanted a few more creatures.
I feel that
just to give the planet a little bit more life to it.
Yeah.
But the sparsity of that planet, I don't know, still kind of fits in with the night system.
And that's what I was wondering, through the episode. We're seeing this planet. Episode 6 was more of like seeing what we're surrounded with. And I'm like, we're surrounded with nothing but statues and old remnants of what this empire used to be. And I'm like, what happened here?
Almost like it's not necessarily a desert, but almost just like a tundra of nothingness.
Like a death march.
Yeah, it seems like everybody is just scrounging for survival.
Like, what happened here? Like a nuke went off, and then it's just at the aftermath of centuries of nothing getting rebuilt.
Even the little crab. The little
crab turtles,
guys, crab turtles, the little crab. What do we call those? Hermit crab guys.
Yeah, I think they were cute. Yeah,
they were cute.
And for a minute, I thought, okay, spoilers. It is a spoiler episode.
The whole thing. It's been there from the beginning.
Honestly, I thought that
it's been right down here the whole time.
I thought with the finale, I thought these guys were gonna go home with Ezra? On board the ship. But we saw what happened in the finale. It didn't happen. But I wouldn't have been surprised if Ezra just took him home with him. Like, come on, guys, I got a new galaxy we can go to. Come on, guys, bring the kids, bring everybody.
Bring everybody.
Yeah.
Let's get those floating shell house home Winnebagos. Leave
them behind. We got it. Just bring your belongings. It's all good. Yeah, your
shell campers.
Yeah,
the campers. I mean, it was interesting to see. I think those were probably some of the weaker moments of the show.
Yeah.
Of the progression to get to Ezra.
Yeah.
I almost kind of wish that it would have been just sort of her tracking him down specifically by herself. Something with the Force that's guiding. But I know we didn't really feel that Force pull, but you could argue that.
And I get why people complained that it was so easy.
It was, yeah.
But I feel that the reason why it was so easy was because Thrawn didn't care about finding Ezra anymore, or even bring him into aboard his ship because or even try to kill him, because we can see now that his chainmail stormtroopers, every time he did, he failed to kill Ezra. He was like, at this point, let me just leave you alone.
Right, because he just, if I leave and you're stuck here, I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care because I'm never gonna have to deal with you.
Yeah,
that was his whole ideology on it.
Yeah, there was a lot of rumors that this wasn't Ezra, or
one thing I did really like was Sabine was leaving, was the commander telling Sabine, die well. Like, everybody that we've sent out there is pretty much just dead.
Yep.
So you die well too. Have fun.
Die well too. Yep. Get brought back. Get brought back. We're all here. Hey, Billy over there got brought back 27 times. Isn't that right, Billy? Why does Billy keep waving?
What was that movie? Oh no, it's Hot Fuzz. It's Hot Fuzz when they're all, the very beginning of Hot Fuzz, when they're all in the CSI outfits.
Yes.
And you had Kate Blanchett's character looking at, it's like, no, it's not. No, I'm not sleeping with him. I'm sleeping with him. And then you just have it in the back, hey-oh. Oh no, it was, hello there. It's sort of that same thing. Yeah, everybody's dead. Even Billy's dead.
Yeah, Billy died like 27 times.
Hello there.
Why keep bringing him back? Oh, for the laughs.
For the laughs.
He's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy.
No, die well, seriously. All right, guys, let's go.
And then Baylan and Shin going after her.
Yeah.
I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting when Morgan was kind of like, felt a little bit defeated when she found out that Thrawn was okay for leaving her best troop behind. I'm like, he's one of my best men. You want to leave him behind if they don't make it back? At this point, I can't expend any more resources.
Are you talking about towards our finale?
No, not the finale. No, the end of the episode, episode 6. You know, when she allowed Baylan and Shin to go out there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, that's episode 7 that I'm thinking of. When Baylan makes the decision to separate from Shin. That's episode 7?
No, that was episode 6. No, because there was because they let them go in episode 6. Because they were
episode 6 we ended with meeting.
Yep.
With meeting
Ezra.
Yeah. Episode 7 is when Baylan tells Shin.
Oh, you're talking about Baylan? I'm talking about Thrawn and Morgan in episode 6. Thrawn and Morgan.
Yeah, he says he's like, no, they're gonna go kill those two. And
if they ever come,
if they come back, then they come back.
If they don't, I'm leaving their asses. Yeah. But then Morgan was like, damn. So my best men, you're gonna leave them behind if they don't make it back.
They don't make it back.
Yep, if they don't make it back. Yep. So I think we're done with episode 6, right? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I mean it was one of those where it's like, okay, we're wrapped up. We're back.
Were you disappointed that it wasn't as flashy for Ezra?
A little bit.
Do you think that you probably come in, being the saving the day or something like that?
I think there's that side of me that, and I'll get a little bit more into this on the finale side of it.
Yeah.
But there is that side of me that's like, oh, I wish there was a little bit more.
Yeah.
I wish there was a little bit, like maybe a first encounter between Baylan and Shin and Ezra and Sabine. Like maybe there was a initial conflict there, or even when Sabine is attacked by the bandits, that maybe Ezra was the one to have come in and helped her.
Yep.
I think that would have been a good introduction back into him. But I mean, I come from the film world where it's not everything is controlled in that clean cut of a what I might want.
Also, the budget when it comes to play and everything,
and the producing and executive producers that might come back in and give their 2 cents, or a lot of it is really fleshed out before they even get into principal photography, but then changes do happen on the day.
I think a lot of things that we talked about would have been achieved if they allowed the budget to be grander. Kind of like what happened with Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh
a
man,
lot of
things
that
those
happened.
Kind of budgets, or if they learned to do what Creator did. By the way, saw Creator, it's gorgeous. Go watch it. Please go watch Creator. It needs your support. It really needs your support.
The box office doesn't look that great right now, so go support.
But it only needs, internationally and domestically, only needs $100 million.
To
90 million
to be successful.
90. It's like 90 or 92 million, and it's met its budget.
Yeah.
But if it gets 100 million, then it made profit. So please go support that film. Like really.
Also, it's Garrett Rivers, the man that brought us Rogue One. But yeah, if you like Rogue One.
Yeah, but let's not get off on our tangents again. Yeah, I can talk about this stuff all day.
Yeah, talk about Creator, talk about Rogue One. Talk about how. Garrett Rivers got screwed over by Disney. Okay.
Overall, we do love the introduction was nice.
Yeah. I think Ezra Bridger. It wasn't bombastic like we were hoping, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the smoothness from the actor. Same. I think the actor did it perfectly. He did bring out the animated Ezra that I know.
Yeah, he did. What's our actor's name again that plays Ezra?
Emin Esfandi. Emin Esfandi.
Yeah. So, is it Emin or Aman?
I think Aman. Yeah.
Aman Esfandi?
Esfandi. So Aman.
Yeah,
so Aman.
I'm just curious where he's from.
He looks great. I think he definitely carries that look and what I loved is that he looks like his dad. From the anime.
He does look a little bit.
So I like how Dave Filoni tied that in. Like, I need someone as he's getting older.
Yeah.
He's, developing the traits of his father, and I liked how, if you watch, this is what I love about Dave Filoni, is that he grabs traits from his previous shows, previous works, and brings it back.
Good casting.
Yes,
whoever the casting director was, did a good job. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, it is Filoni's choice at the end of the day.
Yeah. I do like how Filoni made sure of that.
Yeah, he did really good, really well. All right, so episodes.
I think we should get. I feel that episodes 7 and 8 are pretty much a whole episode, just got split into 2. So let's just talk about episodes 7 and 8. No going back. Let's get right into it.
Can I give you why?
No, tell me.
On 8, what I felt on 8 specifically. Like, I felt that 8 specifically was a bit underwhelming.
You're not the only one that feels that way, Gabe.
Not that it was a bad episode, just wasn't it wasn't enough. 45 minutes, I mean it's 49 minutes with credits and titles and all that stuff.
Yep.
But 45-ish minutes was not enough to wrap up what's supposed to be a miniseries.
Mm-hmm. And then the whole thing with, Ray Stevenson's final role before his passing.
Oh.
I'm like, I wish we got to see a lot more of it.
You're not gonna have him again.
Yeah.
You just can't.
And unfortunately, going forward, we are Dave Filoni, whether he chooses to recast him or not, we ain't gonna see Ray Stevenson again as, Baylan. And it's sad. Well,
the Night Sisters could resurrect.
Yeah. But that's Star Wars, not real life, Gabe.
Is it?
Gabe, I'm not a zombie.
Is it?
I am not a zombie. I'm not a witch, sister zombie, okay?
You're not
my sister zombie.
My sister zombie?
The Night Sister zombie. My sister zombie.
Yep.
My date with the president's daughter, oh yeah. My date with the Night Sister's daughter, oh
All right. So I think that's why we're gonna combine the two.
Yeah, because it felt like the one episode split into two. And I think it should have been episode 7 and then episode 8.
8 should have been
something. Should have been
hour
bigger.
And 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Hour and 30 minutes.
It should have been its own whole movie.
It should have been a little movie. Yeah. But I think that's also because I think that when you go back and you watch Mando end of Mando's
season 3,
even just season 1
and season 2,
they always had these great good endings, even though they knew it was going to go into.
I think I know why.
Okay.
Because it's Jon Favreau's magic. I feel like Jon Favreau knows how to end.
How to wrap up
with a nice show. Like you told me about the bow. You did tell me about the bow
at the end.
I think we didn't get the bow.
No.
And I agree that what did happen.
I think the present was good.
Yes.
It's a good present. It's just you didn't wrap it up
with the
well.
bow.
You didn't.
It was like all taped up, like rushed, taped up. Hey, I'm talking about rushed. Episode 8 felt another rush situation. You mean to tell me that Ahsoka and everybody and their mother were surviving the turbo lasers? The turbo lasers from a Star Destroyer. Do you happen to know what these turbo lasers do from a Star Destroyer?
Yeah, I do.
I felt that it should have never happened to begin with the turbo lasers. Because these turbo lasers are ending.
Well, are we going to start with 7 or are we going to start with 8? I just wanted to say that 8 was a bit underwhelming.
Because you said 8. My bad. We'll get into that later. So let's get into 7.
Let's get into 7.
If we want to nitpick, we'll nitpick episode. That's what's funny. I think the only nitpick I have is episode 8. Everything else was perfect.
This is the same. I feel like this is the same. Episode 8 is my biggest nitpick.
Yes. I haven't even had any nitpicks throughout this show. That's how good the show was. I had no nitpicks. And then episode 8 came in. And I was like, Jon Favreau, come back.
Come back.
Be in Dave Filoni's ear. We need more.
Just a little something.
Turn it up the heat. Turn up
something.
It's getting cold in here. Turn up the heat a little bit.
All right. So 7. Where are we at on 7? 7 is which episode?
So 7 was Ahsoka coming back into fold. She just gets into just gets out of hyperspace with the whales, and all hell breaks loose. I mean, Thrawn already has set up mines for the whales, and the whales are getting.
Is that 7?
Yes, the beginning of 7.
Okay.
The beginning of 7, and we enter the whale graveyard with all the freaking destruction of the mine.
I still love those fighters, man.
Dude,
those fighters from the Eye of Sion.
Yeah,
I still love those fighters.
I gotta say, Morgan, she knows her style. She got style. Morgan got a stylish eye.
Let me quote my boy, the Nate Meister. Mommy got style.
Mommy got style. Mommy Cakes got style. Morgan Elsbeth got style and cakes.
Morgan Cakes.
Mommy Morgan?
Yep,
Mommy Morgan.
You got your Mommy Morgan cakes and you got your Mommy Mothma cakes.
Mommy Mothma cakes. I don't know. Damn. Can I have them both?
Can you have both cakes?
Can I have both?
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Damn it. want to eat it too. Okay. But let's move on. So, all right. So the mines of Morgan start blowing up.
Cool. I liked the showing of mines. I liked that they put a minefield down.
I think they used up all the mines.
That's a lot of mines.
I think they used up all the mines.
So many freaking mines.
Was so heated about whales. Like, throw all the mines. He asked. So Enoch asked, how many mines? Everything.
He said with impunity.
Yeah.
Right? He said, anything that's hyperspace in, destroy it with impunity.
Yeah, I forgot the actual phrase, but yeah, it's right. You're right.
Yeah.
And extreme prejudice.
Extreme prejudice?
Yes, extreme prejudice.
That what he said?
Yeah, he pulled a Tony Stark and Jarvis. You know, like Tony Stark, like, kill all extremists with extreme prejudice.
Extreme prejudice. And then they tried to kill them whales.
Yeah, but the whales are too tough. The whales were too tough.
The whales got some thick hide.
Yeah.
You know what? We should.
Well, they could ram Star Destroyers like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
They could take a beating, but they all left.
I feel like that one whale, maybe that one whale that Ahsoka got in was the same whale that put him over there.
Yeah.
And you know it's gonna be a Moby Dick situation. So at some point.
Yeah.
Again. I really just want to see.
I don't think any of the whales died. I think the whales just came in, they took a beating, but they left. I think Disney didn't want to throw a shade to Thrawn being a whale killer. So he didn't want any whales to get hurt.
I think it was a bit too late with the mines. He's a whale killer.
The whale.
They just didn't succeed in killing the whales. That's all that it is.
Yeah.
But going into I like how we went into the whale graveyard.
Yeah.
Another one of those classic Star Wars moments where you go into a really dense area, the never tell me the odds kind of moment.
Yep.
You're just getting in there.
I did like how Thrawn was being cautious with Ahsoka because he already knew she was a Jedi and also a apprentice
once he learned, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, she is unpredictable, just like her master. Pull the troops back. But we're gonna lose them in the.
That's fine. We'll wait till she comes out.
Wait till she comes out, and don't worry, I got backup. The witches, my witches, come here, witches.
The witches.
I love them. I love them so much. You know the main witch, the main mother. She is
Great Mother.
The Great Mother. She's the actress that played in Farscape.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yep. The other mommy witch.
The other one.
Yeah. But I love the mommy witches too. Mommy cakes witches. Yeah. I love them all mommies. Okay, so I like how I like how Thrawn utilized the witches. Like they know how to find,
Yeah.
Yeah. Know how to use their your intellect and their witchcraft to locate certain characters, especially.
Yeah, the interesting thing I found about it.
Yeah, what's up?
Is in reality, if you want to pinpoint where something is, you triangulate.
Yep.
You use 3 different signals to pinpoint where it might be in a 3-dimensional space, especially. And there's 3 witches, and they always form this triangle. So they're like, let us triangulate where she is. Found her. It's similar to just be like, quick, use the cell towers. We're in. We've triangulated her position. She's here.
So the witches are Thrawn's
it's his radar.
Guy in the computer.
It's his radar system.
The guy in the computer. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
These are my girls in the computer.
These are my girls.
Yeah. Guy in the computer, girls in the computer. Yeah. My guy, I got girls. Everyone got guys. I got girls on my computer.
I got girls.
Yeah.
We got girl hackers. Force hackers.
Force hackers. Oh my God. Yeah, they were force hacking.
They're force hacking. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fun. I definitely thought the whole segment entering it felt very like they amped up the struggle level for the story. Okay, but Thrawn knows where our heroes are at, and he necessarily doesn't care, but he wants to keep tabs as long as he's able to complete his mission. So, but the heroes, they're having a bit of a challenge. I loved how we got challenges now for our heroes. Like, they kept escalating the challenge. And that's why I felt with the finale, the challenge went building up, and then...
Well, are you talking about the actual finale?
The actual finale.
On episode 8?
Yeah, the challenge got built up, to something that we
let's still stay on 7. Let's still stay on 7.
Yeah.
All right, so Ahsoka gets through. She gets through to the planet.
Yep.
She's still being chased around.
Yep.
Then we got Ezra. Okay, how'd you feel about the little circle of the wagons?
Yeah,
the Indian, the Native American / the old. It's an old trope. Old
Western trope.
Old Western trope. You circle the wagons, and then all the bandits are old school racist part. The Native Americans circling around trying to kill all the people in the middle.
You know, I was thinking also the elephant circle, try to protect the young, keep the
Okay.
Yep. That's what I was thinking too.
Same type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But yeah, I thought that was. I like how Dave Filoni tries and he succeeds in taking older, history and content and modernizing it.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's what George did with his Star Wars at the time. So I like that. I like how he is doing stuff from George's playbook.
Yeah. I like how they're again always pulling in Seven Samurai type of stuff, the Western stuff. Like it is
Cowboys versus aliens.
Cowboys versus, but all of it is sort of it's those homages to cinema and filming that have taken place before.
Yeah.
Bringing all those moments in. I mean, I had fun with it. I think in episode 7, I felt the moment when they're, you see them and they're just sort of gliding along. And then all of a sudden, the wolf pack starts to ascend upon, and then it speeds up a lot. I was like, man, those things move a lot faster than they were before. They're moving really fast.
Power rabbit.
Really fast. I thought that was a little silly and a little janky in a way.
Now, how did you like when Ezra was given the opportunity to use his lightsaber?
Oh, that was fun.
I liked it, and I understand why he didn't want to take the lightsaber at the time.
That's not his anymore.
It's not his anymore, and also he's out of practice.
Yeah, he's out
of practice with the saber. He hasn't been practicing with the saber.
But I like him just going, no, I'm good. No, it's yours.
It's yours. You've been practicing with it. It's your toy now.
I gave it to you, literally. Do not give it back to me.
Yeah. Hey, I like how he played a homage to Yoda. The Force is my ally.
Oh,
I love that. Like, the Force is my ally. I love how he was just like.
But he was going
Force Kung Fu.
He was going ham with it, man. He was just, force pushing, force pulling. Like when Shin comes into play and she takes that blade and comes right at him, he just goes, mommy.
Mommy, you got some nice eyes. Can we talk for a bit?
Well, hello.
Well, hello there, Mommy.
I see you have eyes.
Shit.
I have eyes. You have eyes.
Again,
We've both got eyes.
Eyes of a feather, you
Maybe
see?
we can see eye to eye. Stupid.
So he was bouncing around, playing with the blaster and everything too.
That was fun. Yeah. That was fun. I like how he didn't use the lightsaber right away. Yeah. We got more of his force power stuff to come into play.
Yeah, Force Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Force Fu.
Force Fu?
Yeah, Force Fu. I loved it. And we've seen it before with Mace Windu in the animated Todoroki show.
Yeah, we did.
He did use the Force as a Kung Fu against the battle droids.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, to be
out of the realm of possibility.
Out of the realm of possibility. It didn't say be out of the show. I know people complain that why didn't he use his lightsaber because let the ape only cook.
Well, I mean, even episode 2, you got that moment with Kit Fisto, where he literally just stops and force pushes a whole bunch of droids and they just fall down and then they're broken.
Yep.
Or it's not uncommon.
When Kenobi goes up against Jango and uses some martial arts against him.
Yeah. Even in the Clone Wars, the Filoni-verse aspect of it, there's many moments where they use the Force powers to, instead of just using their lightsaber to battle certain enemies or push them off a ledge or pull them in. Anybody who's ever played any of the Jedi Outcast games or the newer Kyle Kestis stuff,
Survivor,
there's so much Force usage to integrate in with your combat, with your combat lightsaber styles. So I enjoyed seeing that type of stuff popping in.
Yep.
So the circling of the wagons was kind of cool. I think it was interesting that the entire premise of that hermit crab race is just defense.
Yeah.
Like, we're not trying to be big warriors. We're not trying to make weapons. It's even funny when I think they're like riding along, and one of them like just takes like his random junk and just throws it at the
also, they had like slingshots too.
Yeah.
They're cute. They're cute. In their hermit crabby way.
Hermit crabby kind of way.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I did like when Ahsoka finally comes into battle, and
before we get to Ahsoka's battle, gotta talk about Baylan.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about Baylan.
No, I was talking before Ahsoka ever comes in, what Baylan says to Shin. That's a huge moment. The progression of Baylan and Shin's relationship, when he separates from her, that's a big moment for both of them.
Yeah, I was really surprised with that. That Shin actually decides in the finale to actually stay with on the same planet.
Yeah.
Well, because in a way, Baylan did tell her like, your side of the story is with the Empire, the newly formed Empire. I hope you enjoy it. Cause I gotta go my own.
I gotta go my own way.
Yeah,
I gotta go my own way. You do your thing.
Yeah, but she didn't go with the Empire.
But I felt like for Shin's character, that was a hard moment for her character to separate herself from somebody who essentially has been her master since she was a little girl. Like, just, and it's not like they separated in a healthy way, so to speak, where they were both able to just say goodbye. It was kind of just like, you need to leave and I need to leave.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling like I have to go this direction.
Yeah.
And something that's calling out to Baylan is telling him she can't go with him. I think that was really rough, and I think that was the downfall for her when she comes into the fight.
Yeah.
That even though she's used to fighting, separately.
Yep. She always could rely on
her master being there in the end.
It's kind of like how Ahsoka and Anakin were. Like, Ahsoka can always rely on Anakin to be there for her when she was training with Anakin.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what happens, Anakin would be there.
Right.
And I think it's still the same thing with Shin and Baylan. And I'm kind of surprised. I was really surprised with Shin and Baylan. With the finale, she actually stays on the planet, and I thought that Baylan felt that Shin wanted to separate herself because of her new empire.
When she gets beat. Because now we can say, like, when Ahsoka comes in, when Ahsoka drops in, and man, her fight again.
You know what I loved? I love the fact that even though she got a new brand new look, brand new sense of power now, she still doesn't beat Baylan. Baylan admits it.
But she also recognizes what she needs to be in the moment.
That's true. Yeah.
She now knows she doesn't need to just flat out beat him. She just needs to get to whom she needs to get to.
Ezra and Sabine.
Right.
But Baylan does admit that he can sense it. He knows. He's fully aware that you can't beat me now.
Oh yeah.
Possibly. But then she does the whole Hu Yang comes in the rescue to divert Baylan while Ahsoka rides off into the distance to save Ezra and Sabine.
Which I thought it was a little funny when he's getting ready to drop her off.
Yep.
Remember what happened last time? I kind of wish we saw the last time.
Yes.
I really kind of do. But remember what happened last time? I'm like, yeah, you messed up.
I wonder if she meant when I first heard that, I thought they were referencing the first episode.
The very first episode?
Where Hu Yang made it too late.
Maybe that is. I was thinking it was more
and Ahsoka was blaming him for that.
I always thought it was like he's tried dropping her off before like that. And the last time, like, the timing was just completely off, and she ends up like tumbling and twisting an ankle or something. I thought it was the first episode of Ahsoka because Hu Yang missed the timing to go and save. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I thought. But maybe that could have been that could also be a tie-in to something else later. That could also be yeah. I can see that.
The fight number 2 between Baylan and Ahsoka was good.
Yep.
You saw more confidence in
Ahsoka.
And she's dual wielding when she goes up against him at the time.
And I like how Baylan was able to hold himself, and he's still pretty powerful with that blade.
Baylan's choices feel. It kind of makes me sad that Rey is gone, because there's these choices that are now, especially from the finale, some major freaking choices.
Yep.
Like even him fighting Ahsoka, and then Ahsoka goes ahead and disengages.
Yep.
And goes to help out Ezra and Sabine.
Yep.
Baylan could have gone after.
Yep. But he chose
to leave it alone.
Yep.
And once Shin is like Shin, I felt so bad for her. I really my heart sank for her character when the stormtroopers that were sent as reinforcements, which that was great too. The aspect that what's our actual boy Blue Thrawn is sitting there going, no, send some troopers. It's okay if they die. It's fine. We just need to stall for time.
Yep.
Sends them in with her.
When I was reading from the fan reaction with Thrawn, losing troops needlessly. How do you feel about that? Do you felt that Thrawn was out of shape in a way with mentally and tactically?
No, I don't. And the reason being is that Thrawn, it's not like Thrawn said, send everybody in. Yeah. He said a specific amount, send 2 squads. Send 2 squads, that's it. Nobody else.
And also, when he saw that the fight was to the favor of Ahsoka, he
withdrew them. He withdrew them. He said, no, they're done.
Yeah.
They did what we needed them to do, bring them back. But it was also that, wait, where's my other mercenary?
Yep.
Okay, the situation has changed.
I miss the idea of it.
Yep.
But not the truth.
Quit quoting them. Quit quoting the show. We're talking about it. We're talking about it right now.
I know.
Him taking that moment to Thrawn taking that moment to say, no, the situation has changed. Let me reassess.
Yep.
And regroup. I've already stalled for enough time. But again, going back
That's
to
what I love. That's what I love is that the way he explained it to Morgan and to the audience. The reason why I did things, because I have a plan.
Yeah.
Right? My plan is
this.
Leave. And everybody else, I'm wasting their time. And that was part of my plan.
Time is part of his battle.
Yes.
He understands the importance of time within the concept, the overall.
He was playing an RTS game. He was playing a literal RTS game.
He wasn't just looking at the.
It felt like RTS, like the whole hologram and everything. He felt like he was playing RTS.
Yeah, it's the early game, the mid game, and the late game.
He
knew exactly what he wanted all the way to the late game. The late game was leave. Late game was get out. But again, Shin, I felt so bad for her when she realizes she's all alone. My heart sank for her, and then when she leaves, it's like, man, poor Shin.
Yeah.
Shin really got. I think out of every character, out of this whole show, Shin really got the end of the.
I was really hoping that at the time it wasn't gonna happen. I know it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But Ahsoka did
She offered. She did.
Olive branch.
Yeah. She did. But
I can help you.
There's something with Shin that wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Similar to how. Similar to how what's their girl's name? Sorry, I'm like blanking out. Sabine. Similar how to Sabine was like, she's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Shin wasn't ready for that connection.
Yeah.
She just lost her master. Yeah. She's not looking to replace it with a new. But when we come to Thrawn and his tactics, man, that guy, especially Elsbeth's.
Morgan Elsbeth, yeah.
Morgan's thought we just lost troops. We just lost our Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how is this a success? And he's like, now let me tell you what I see.
Yep.
Like, dang.
I love Thrawn for that. I loved how Thrawn wasn't being disciplinary against his troops or his,
no, because they did what he wanted them to do.
No, not only that, the second command couldn't value or see what Thrawn was doing.
Yeah.
And then Thrawn, explained it perfectly to her.
Yeah.
Not like didn't discipline her for not thinking my way. No. Let me explain what happened.
Yeah, let me explain. I'm just gonna let you know.
Let's
but
talk.
even Thrawn during the Rebels did that to Hera.
Yep.
When he first meets Hera and he's talking about like studying the Twi'lek or Twilight culture.
Yeah, he was all about studying your enemy. I want to study you. I want to know. I want to know about you.
I want to know how all of this works.
Yeah.
Him realizing Anakin Skywalker is Ahsoka's master. All of a sudden, like, things just click. What were Anakin's tactics?
Yep.
What were Anakin's way of doing things?
Yep.
That had to have been taught to Ahsoka.
Yep. So the randomness.
Just a smart guy.
Yep.
Smart guy.
There was talks that people hoping that at some point, possibly we'll see like either a show or flashback episode where Thrawn and Vader are working together. Because there's been novels and shows based off comics that were based off the exploits of Thrawn and Anakin and Vader. So would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind it.
Well, I mean, what was it? Thrawn wasn't a Grand Admiral all the time.
No.
He worked his way up through the ranks.
Yep.
So
let me see.
Is that pretty much our end of 7?
I think we talked mostly what we wanted to talk about with 7. Now let's talk about the beginning of 7, which was Hera Syndulla's spanking.
Was that the beginning of 7 or was that?
Yep, that was the beginning of episode 7.
You're right. That's the beginning of 7. My brain's going at 8 already. That was a hilarious moment. My boy Chomper, though.
Because the politician was like, are we gonna listen to a freaking droid for this? I'm like,
I still think that man's with the Empire.
Chopper was like, I'm like, do you know the crime I've committed?
Calm down.
Imperial.
Calm down, Chopper.
Do you happen to know the war crimes I've committed throughout the years? He's the ultimate war crime droid, I tell you. To be fair, Vader holds the most war crimes against Tarkin, but as a droid, Chopper is the best of war crimes.
Chopper's just. What is? How it's a good way to? Chopper is just. You know what? Okay. If you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan out there, tabletop RPG, I guess you could say that Chopper is chaotic good.
Chaotic good. Yeah, I agree. Chaotic good.
Yeah, he does things for the right reasons, but he's gonna make a mess out of it.
If it wasn't for the whales, I think Chopper would have found a way to ruin Thrawn.
Just out of sheer dumb luck. Not because Chopper had a good plan or anything. It's just Chopper would have accidentally pulled the wrong cord and just been like,
Wait, what that means? We gotta go.
They would have put it back and it would have blown up something. Like, what did you do, Chopper?
So, at the beginning of episode 7, Hera Syndulla Mommy is getting her spanked, by the politicians. Because they felt that she was out of line by doing what she did, by going on her own orders to try and stop this remnant empire that she keeps talking about. But they don't believe it. And here's another thing, too. Akbar was in there, too. I'm surprised they didn't even want to use Akbar.
Was Akbar in that scene?
That was Akbar, next to the politician. Yeah.
No,
the war council there.
That was not Akbar.
That was Akbar, man. I hate when I found out that was Akbar because they didn't use him. They didn't talk or anything. That's a rap, or that's a trap, or this man is out of line. This politician is out of line. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who brought you in? Did you find a war with me? No.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess Dave Filoni couldn't find a way to bring Akbar's, voice into this war council. Because he could have said something to where Hera Syndulla did great for the rebellion.
Are you sure that was him?
Yeah, it's Akbar. Everybody's been talking about it. That was Akbar in episode. He looked weird though. Like it wasn't his red color. So yeah.
I don't think that was Akbar.
Maybe, but that's what people have been saying. That it's Akbar.
Maybe so.
People were saying it was Akbar, so it is Akbar. Yep. He looked weird though because he's usually a more redder color, but I guess it corresponds to atmosphere. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe according to some of these things, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I wish I didn't find out it was Akbar. You know why? Because he didn't do anything. He just he just sat there.
Akbar has been the most snubbed character in all of Star Wars. Episode 7, 8.
Don't speak that
Episode
name.
8.
Don't speak that name.
He was there.
He got blown up, and I hate that.
I know. They gave us some random woman general nobody's ever heard of instead of giving it to
Akbar.
Yeah. I don't mind if she had a role, but Akbar always gets snubbed. It's like somebody says, "Hey, bring Akbar in," and it's a trap for him.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yep.
It's a trap.
So, how do you feel about the war console trying to discipline Harrison?
I mean, it kind of made sense that was going to happen.
Yep.
We kind of saw that coming especially after she's that other starship comes over the planet.
Yep.
Talks to Carson.
Yep. And I think Harrison did take the blunt.
She knew she was going to get reprimanded.
Yeah, I think she also wanted to take most of the blunt of it because she didn't want Carson to get reprimanded.
Of course.
I think she would have been right there with him.
Of course. But I think the funniest part though is as soon as Leia gets her hands in on it.
Oh, it was such a cool cameo.
In episode, what was it, 6, where we see them searching for Ahsoka?
Yep.
Or was that episode 5?
No, episode 5. That's when Carson brought up Leia. Yep.
Yeah, he brings up Leia. Senator Organa can't cover for us too much longer.
Yeah.
They already made the reference that she's involved.
I love C-3PO, and that was actually the actor to play C-3PO.
Yeah, that was Daniel.
Daniel. Yep.
That was good. It was good.
He actually came back to play C-3PO. Because I've been hearing that he sort of retired, but at this point, I think he was okay coming back.
Oh, almost any time his character has come in, he's played his own. He's played C-3PO almost every time.
Yeah, there's talks that he was retiring, but I guess it's cool to see him back.
Well, even if you're retired, bro, you come in for one role.
Yeah.
Okay, make a little bit of extra money.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I
like how C-3PO came in with a gravitas that I know who I am, y'all know who I am. Some
Except for that one politician. Dude was like, "Who the heck is this guy?"
What?
Everybody else is over there like, "You don't know who C-3PO is? Like, he's the most iconic golden rod that walks on 2 legs."
Yep.
Like, everybody knows this droid.
Yep.
Right? Everyone knows who this droid is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And even if you think you saw him, you still treat him like it's still
he's
C-3PO.
royalty.
He kind of is. But I think, as much as I wish I would have seen Leia, even bringing in, like, I would not mind doing something similar to what they did with Luke, having a different actress who looks similar to Leia.
Honestly, if she's ever ready to do this, I feel the daughter of Leia, Carrie Fisher's daughter, should take the role as Leia.
I'm not opposed to it. Yeah. I'm not opposed to it at all, especially since we keep doing these stories that take place.
Yeah, because I know these actors aren't young anymore. You got Harrison Ford, the Mark Hamill's. I don't mind as long as you tell the story with respect and honor to these old characters and these older actors. I wouldn't mind recasting with a newer.
Like what they did. I like what they did with Luke in Book of Boba.
Yeah.
You know, especially who they got to voice and to come in.
Because even though Mark Hamill did come in to play the role as Luke Skywalker in Mandalorian's end of season 2, in season 3 he just did the voice.
Right.
That's season 3. Book of Boba.
Book of Boba. He voiced over.
Yeah.
But the guy that they got naturally looks very similar to Mark Hamill, and they just had to do some slight tweaks.
The thing is, you can't do the Heir of the Empire without Luke, Leia, and Han.
Oh, you just can't.
You just can't. There's going to be a time where if we're going to bring the story to life with Dave Filoni, he knows that he needs to bring these characters.
I would actually wouldn't mind our actor who played Han in Solo.
Oh, I love him. I'm sorry. I love Solo.
I like Solo.
Yes.
I had fun with Solo.
It was different. I love
it. Was a heist film.
I just hate the fact that it was reshot like 5 times.
That's what I didn't like.
And you can tell. You can tell in the story it was reshot like freaking 5 times.
To me, it's like that to me in comparison is like the Hobbit films.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Hobbit films, but I also understand that.
Oh, Chopper, calm down.
I also understand that the Hobbit films originally was Guillermo del Toro who was doing it, so completely different look, completely different style.
Then Peter Jackson
and Peter Jackson and Del Toro left, and Jackson came in the middle of production.
Yep, and you can tell.
Take a break.
You can really tell.
Right.
I enjoyed them. Hobbit gets too much hate. Hobbit just gets too much.
I think there's just too much hate in the world. Period.
You're right.
You know, that's why I love you.
I love you too.
And your cakes, buddy.
And the cakes. Always the cakes. Never forget the cakes.
I don't have cakes.
I got cakes.
Yeah, well, that's because they got rebuilt.
That's true.
After your escapades in Colombia.
Yes, good times. We'll talk about it.
Good times. Escobar.
Go Pablo. Bastard. Anyway. I still remember he shot off my legs.
You're like, no, it wasn't. Okay. Anyways,
Last C-3PO royalty. This fool. No respect.
No respect.
No respect.
I get no respect at all.
You know what's funny though? I feel that as much as Han Solo gives freaking heck to C-3PO, this politician just gave the worst.
No, Han doesn't have hate towards C-3PO. Han likes to mess with C-3PO.
But this guy was truly.
This guy truly did not like him.
He did not like him. He didn't like droids. I'm like, he was being racist to droids. Are you out of your damn mind, dude? You bring this racism to C-3PO? Are you out of your damn mind?
Droid, they're not even a race. They're droids.
I love this whole segment.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun. I kind of want Leia back in. I just do. I want to see even if it's in the wings, like her, just showing her doing a nod or something, just to show her.
Yeah.
But I know that would be a lot of work. I know there might not have been time in order to get it done because they're on rush schedules.
Yep.
I get it. Yeah.
So episode 7, are we done?
We're wrapped with episode 7.
I think we talked about everything, right?
We went through all of the middle stuff.
Do you like the exchange, the whole reunion with Ahsoka, Ezra, and Sabine?
Yeah, it was nice.
It was nice.
And I also liked how Ahsoka didn't reprimand Sabine.
I'm happy with that.
Especially since she was able to have closure with Anakin, and she understands that Anakin overall accepts her.
Yeah.
I think that helped for when she meets Sabine and understands Sabine's choices, and even in the in episode 6 when they're coming over.
Yep.
She even mentions that she's pretty sure that Sabine, there was no other choice for Sabine but to go ahead and
I told you that. I told you that. Yeah. I remember saying that. That's how I felt.
That's how you felt, but it's one thing for you to tell me how you feel, and then another for the character to actually confirm for us that that's how she feels.
Yeah.
I liked that. I liked the reunion. The reunion was nice. The reunion was sweet. It was good. And then stuff just starts to escalate some more when we're going into episode 8.
So I think the best way to go through episode 8 is let's talk about the good.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about the you know what's funny? We haven't done this to any episode until episode 8.
We've had some little critiques.
Here and there.
Little critiques.
But I feel that episode 8 is really going to bring out the good and bad of us now.
Okay. You know what? Since we keep going with let Dave Filoni cook, I feel like...
He left it in there too long.
No. I don't think that at all. I feel like Dave Filoni gave us a 7-course meal, right? Or in this case,
is
an
this
8-course
good or
meal.
bad?
No, he left us with an 8-course meal. And we've gotten a great appetizer, and then a great soup, and a really good salad, and then this amazing Rancor steak right in the middle, and then a nice glass of wine with a little something to just give you a little bit of different flavor palettes as we're going, right? And then we come to the dessert, and when you think there should be this amazing like cake,
bombastic dessert,
this bombastic
layered cake,
mothma cake, all like stacked up. It ends up being,
stacks of rack.
Right, it ends up being this like, and no offense to Tres Leche, but this little Tres Leche cake that came like sort of prepackaged
from Publix.
But
yeah, nothing against Publix. I love your cakes. I love your cakes.
Public cakes got some good cakes, but yeah, it was just this. Wait, we just had this amazing meal, and the dessert is leaves us wanting.
Are we talking about the bad? Okay, we're talking about the bad.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
It was good and bad. Okay, let's keep going with this thing. It was good and delicious, but in such a compact.
It was so small.
It's so small.
It was so small.
As much as I love Dave Filoni, that's the one thing.
You picked it up and you're like, is this it?
That's the one thing about Dave Filoni.
But then when you put it down and you took a bite, you're like, it is good. It is good. It's still so scrumptious.
That's the one thing about Dave Filoni, though. As much as I love him, I love his cooking, but sometimes his desserts need work, and that's why I feel that Jon Favreau should have been more involved with Ahsoka, because Jon Favreau knows how to deliver a dessert.
If Dave Filoni is the chef, Jon Favreau is the pastry chef.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep. He is the pastry chef.
All right.
Yep.
Like he can put together a layered cake.
Yep.
Like no other. And it's gonna be moist and soft, and it's gonna melt in your mouth. And it's gonna be just sweet enough.
Are we critiquing food or are we critiquing the episode? I'm losing track here.
Yes. It's your fault. You're the one who brought in cakes and let the man cook. All right.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. I love the Rancor steaks. Gotta say. So, okay, let's talk about episode 8. Let's talk about the good.
All right. The good.
What we're talking about?
You start with the good. Yes. Let's talk about the good.
I'm sorry. I lost track because of food. Speaking of cooking, I love the beginning of the episode where we see our boy Ezra cooking a lightsaber. I love
that was
it.
great. That was great.
I loved it. It brought me back. It brought me back to Clone Wars.
No, but what the part that got me was Hu Yang sitting over there like, you don't want to do that. He's like, yeah, I do. Like,
okay, Grandpa.
No, that's not how that works. He's like, look, I built a lightsaber.
I love how he was very like patient with him.
Right, but Hu Yang's over there like, yeah, and I've built like 1 million of these things, so.
Yeah, Hu Yang is like our Star Wars grandpa. Yeah, I love it.
But it was nice. It was nice, and then I like how he used the duplicate
of
emitter.
Yep.
From Kanan's.
The Kanan's blade. I love that. I love how it hit your heartstrings. You saw Ezra like light up his eyes.
Yeah, he's like, this is perfect.
Oh my God, this is what I was looking for.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, building the lightsaber. I like how they showed the building of it. I like how they showed not just.
He was very Boken too. Very a Boken Jedi. Like
just this one and then that in there and then this in there. And then when he starts rumbling through and Hu Yang's like, I have a system. And he's like,
organized.
Disorganized system. He's like, no. You have a method. I have a system. Your method is just to put it all together. My system is very precise.
I loved it. I very loved the Ezra's been. I love how. That's what I loved about
and
the
Ezra
episode.
went back to
the
blue.
Interactions. Yeah, they went back to blue.
He went back to blue, which was nice. It was nice.
I also loved the fact that we found out, as to why Ahsoka never completed Sabine's training, because she could sense that Sabine's dark side was growing in her after this.
I did like a little bit more clarity on that. That was nice to get. My biggest critique on that one would be show me.
True.
Show me. I want to, like, almost every instance, I get again, the production times and all this stuff, but show me why. Show me that moment where Sabine is like begging Ahsoka, please teach me more. I need to, I need to protect those or something, and Ahsoka just saying, no, you're not ready.
Yeah, not ready.
You know, and walking away. Show me that so that I can feel the moment when it happens.
I prefer showing because...
But we also didn't get a lot of flashbacks in this.
We didn't. The only...
Other than...
Episode 5. Episode 5 was the biggest flashback, and I feel Episode 5 was the biggest budget heavy. With all the flashbacks.
I think that's where a lot of the production went in.
Yeah, that... If you want to talk about the frosting desserts, it went in Episode 5.
No. That's... Again, we got seasoning. We got searing, you know?
Yep.
You know, we got wrapped in foil.
I'm sorry, I keep mixing my desserts and Rancor steaks. Rancor steak was Episode 5.
Rancor steak is your dessert.
Yeah. I've never been a dessert guy, but yeah, Rancor is my dessert. Except for the cakes. You know what's funny though? I love cakes.
Do you love cakes?
Yes, that's the only thing. If my dessert was a cake, it's perfect. It's perfect. I've never been an ice cream guy. Never been like whatever dessert you guys create. As long as it's a cake as my dessert, I'm perfect.
What if it's an ice cream cake?
Dear Lord. And that's the thing though. I never liked ice cream on my cakes because it melts.
No. It's literally a cake made out of ice cream.
I love cheesecakes. Is that the same?
Sort of. Not really.
Okay. That was my good. I love the beginning of episode 8.
That's the only good?
No, we gotta bounce. We gotta bounce. I don't want to go through all my goods and then go to there's bounce. My good was the very beginning of the episode. The resurgence of what happened to Sabine and Ahsoka's training and relationship. The lightsaber construction between Hugh Yang. That was great. And the character interactions was beautiful.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah. Going, the witches, man.
Ooh, the witches are cooked.
The Night Sisters. I think this is the best iteration of the Night Sisters in this episode. Like, you get a little hints of what they can do. You know, here and there. Okay, they can channel the Force. You know, triangulate their radar to find somebody if they really want. They can sense somebody else coming that is Force sensitive. Okay, great. But that moment when they're sitting there and they're like, okay, we're done here. We're done packing up all of those who are dead within our tombs.
Yep.
We're done packing that up. We're getting ready to leave. Morgan, we're gonna reward you. And when they like hit her with the power and it starts to burn it.
Yep.
I love how they show that the burn is the marks that's on all of their faces. It's just different patterns.
Oh, and I love how they reference the leader before Mother Telsa.
Mother Talzin.
Talzin.
Yeah.
They brought out the Talzin blade and gave it to her.
That blade is an iconic blade from Clone Wars.
Ooh.
You see that blade when she uses it in Clone Wars. The Great Mother in Clone Wars pulls that blade out.
Yep.
Yeah, but you see it again, and I love how after you see it, like just hovering there, and she grabs it, just the flame just burns green. You're like, yes, that is what we need. More of the lore, more power.
What else? Is that it about the Morgans?
I mean, the witches just to me in this episode, they just really, when we go into the fights with the stormtroopers, we finally got our undead stormtroopers.
The zombie stormtroopers. I love the zombie troopers. I think they look fantastic. I love how they were moving. I feel that every time they resurrect the troopers, they end up losing part of themselves every time. That's why you can tell that some of them were able to use the blasters, and some of them
We're just moving.
Because the more times that tells me the more times they've been resurrected, the less human.
Right, but I think it was great when they have that group that's ready to go.
Yep.
And Thrawn just looks at it and says, "Do they know?"
Yep.
So I think those troopers that went in there, they were all alive before they died.
Yeah.
Like before that, and it was that. Do they know they're gonna die?
Yeah.
They know they're gonna die. They know they're gonna be resurrected. Okay.
You know what would have been cool? It would have been very cool is we saw, because I know Disney doesn't want to go too dark, but it would have been cool if we saw the troopers, part of it, because part of them got sliced up, that they were moving without the rest of their bodies.
Oh,
that would have been cool.
I mean, it was cool. It was cool when they it's toward the end of the episode with the death troopers
being zombie troopers.
Being zombie troopers in that hole in the mask. Yep. You saw the decrepit, the degrading face.
Yep.
That was great. That was great.
And that tells me they were probably transformed multiple times.
Oh, those guys were dead a long time ago.
I like how Thrawn was. I bet Thrawn was like making sure. I want my death troopers to be resurrected every time. I want my
death troopers to literally be death troopers.
Death troopers.
They are dead.
Can you do that for me?
Can we do the death in a literal sense?
Oh, the literal sense, yes.
Bill?
Bill, I love you, but come on.
All right, resurrect him. Actually, you know what? No. Let him cook for a little bit. Let him degrade. And then we'll resurrect him. The nastier the better.
The nastier the better.
If he's oozing...
He's good.
Have you guys ever seen the hologram, The Mummy? I want him looking like his second form. If he's not saying a knocks on a moon, I don't want it. That's all I needed to do. And Death Trooper to just
Oh, Sabine! Oh my God!
Give us a kiss.
I can't. Oh God. Oh, okay.
Those are some good. The lightsaber fights when it came.
Oh yeah, they up there. They up the
the choreography.
The choreography has been upped. Like they continue upping it.
Yeah.
I like it. They upped the challenge. They upped the choreography. I love the game of death situation in the tower. Going up the levels.
Up the levels.
Game of death situation.
Yep.
Speaking of Bruce Lee and the game of death, Diana Lee is also the goddaughter to Bruce Lee.
We mentioned that in our episodes 1 through 4.
So I loved how the whole thing with the game of death situation at the tower.
At the tower, and it's not Bruce Lee at the top; it's his granddaughter.
I love it.
That was great.
Yeah.
Man, I like all of the fights were good. I think, except for there were some moments with Sabine that were a little weak.
Yeah, I think it's because of rush.
A little weak. Maybe rushed on the day. Maybe that was the best take they had for that day. Look, people, there's always so many things in production that don't always get the best shot or whatever.
And again, this is episode 8 are just most our nitpicking episode right now.
This really is.
So overall, the whole show has been beautiful.
Yeah.
It's at episode 8. That's our. I can't even remember us nitpicking in the previous episodes. It's just episode
little
8.
Things. Again, just little tiny things.
Little critiques,
tiny things.
You
know, it was just a tad. That one part of the meal was just a tad bit salty.
Yeah.
Just a little salty. I would have taken a little less salt.
Yeah.
A little more pepper. You know.
No, I got
garlic.
A little garlic.
Yeah. But this
onions.
This one again, it's just that little cake.
Yeah.
It's a little cake. Yeah. So.
Yeah. See, are we already doing? You know what?
Anything else that you liked about episode 8?
I liked how we came to some resolution with the Force abilities from Sabine. I'm okay with the fact that they didn't go overpowered.
Okay.
Like they would have done with Rey. Because Rey, the minute she found out she Force used, immediately she leveled up to Force user ability. She's able to beat Kylo Ren like this. It didn't happen here with Sabine.
Yeah.
Sabine didn't gain Force abilities and then beats Morgan Elsbeth.
Right.
That would have pissed me off.
Yeah.
If she gained the Force abilities and she's the one that defeats Morgan Elsbeth.
No, I don't.
I would have been pissed off. Like, there's no way.
That would have. Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that either. I think that's another one where I'm a little. I wish we could have had another moment with Sabine practicing her Force powers more and more.
Yes.
Just more of those little moments, like little things where she's just maybe picking up a rock, you know, picking up a rock, or maybe she. I'm glad that we had that moment. We had that Luke moment with that.
Yeah.
While there's the knocks on a moon part, you know, and
I think we could just throw that into brush. Trying to complete the story. Yeah. I think that would have been perfect.
But then once she force pushes Ezra, I think that's one of the parts where I was like, I don't know if I feel that you could have done that yet. Just yet.
Yeah, the force push was a little rough. Yeah, it should not have happened. Force pushing
that far, especially.
Yeah, you know? Even if Ezra did do half of it, I don't think she would have been able to push it.
It was a good reference back to Rebels, because Kanan and Ezra used to do those things all the time.
Yeah.
Especially since Kanan never truly ended his training. You know, he was still a Padawan when the Order 66 came through. So I just wish we had a little bit more of Sabine practicing and then getting to that part where she's like, yes, I can actually do this now.
Yeah.
You know, you see multiple moments where she's like, ugh, and nothing happens, and then another.
And I know people complain. I know people complain that there's no way. Why is she able to use the Force now?
All of a sudden.
The thing is, it does explain a bit more as to why Kanan was able to train her at the time. Maybe Kanan did see potential in Sabine at the time.
Possibly.
And that's the reason why he was so focused on her training with the Darksaber.
Yeah. I think that is one of the critiques I would have.
Yeah. It's not bad, it's just a critique.
I also wouldn't be surprised if there was some footage of her doing a little bit something extra.
Yeah.
It just never made it into Final Cut.
And also she was training with Ahsoka, but the thing is, Ahsoka never told us if Sabine ever released her power.
Right, we went from Ahsoka being separated from Sabine being completely alone, finding Ezra, and then it kind of like all of a sudden. Again, we saw multiple moments where Sabine was like trying to use the Force, and you even got some of that like moments from her, but nothing really happened. And then in this episode,
I know we've always been shown.
Right,
me and you have always talked about this.
Show it.
Show it. Don't tell me that the main villain is mad about the world because his wife and family were killed by some politician. No, don't tell me that. Show me it. Yeah. V for Vendetta would have not been as fundamental if you just told me that Padme went through all this crap. Natalie Portman went through this crap.
Right. No, but when you watch her go through it, it's different. When it goes through the flashbacks in V for Vendetta, and you see the actress and what she's reading,
Natalie Portman,
you really feel Natalie Portman's connection to the person that she's just reading about. Same thing. I wish we just had just little moments, a little bit more moments where
a little bit more. Yeah.
Blowing off a stormtrooper's helmet or something, and maybe even seeing that like ugliness underneath, and just like, okay, so she blew off a helmet, which is a little bit more, just progress her. Yeah, I think they should have progressed her a little bit more in her.
I did like I did love how Thrawn just gave the middle finger to Ahsoka as they were about to go to hyperspace. Hey, ping her up. I need to say my last thing to Ahsoka. Just ping her up on the audio real quick. Ping her up on voice. On voice, okay? Google Voice, okay? I need to talk to her. Put her on Messenger real quick.
Yo, it's like, yo, Ahsoka, baby. How you doing, girl? I see you right behind me, and we could go out again, but I'm gonna have to take a rain check. Deuces.
I could slow down for you to connect to.
You my girl and everything, and Anakin, he was my boy, but
I don't deal with exes.
I'm just not a head tails kind of guy, I'm sorry. I go for them witches.
That's my new thing.
I like my half dead girls.
Yeah, my new kink now. Don't kink shaving.
Don't kink shave. There's some who like them head tails, but that ain't me. But I'm gonna leave you here.
You got what you wanted, right?
You got your boy Ezra. Okay, deuces.
Vroom. I love that. I love Thrawn's final goodbye to us. So he didn't even have to do that.
Such a middle finger. It really was.
Sis.
It was. It was more like a.
Oh.
I am so sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
I loved it. I think
that was a good sense. Like for him to separate from them, that was good. I liked that dialogue. That was good. Them not knowing Ezra was on board, I thought was good.
Yep.
I liked Ezra's reveal when he gets to Hera.
Yep. Get to Hera.
And he used the old Jedi shuttle.
Yeah. What? I try to remember. Did the Jedi shuttle end up in the Chimera in season 4?
I honestly can't remember.
Because I know the Jedi shuttle was in the Chimera when they jumped in.
Yeah, when he jumped in, you see it.
Yeah, I wonder if they use a Jedi shuttle in season 4 in the finale. That's why it was stuck in the Chimera.
It might have been.
Because I was trying to remember, was that Jedi shuttle in the Chimera in the finale of season 4? I was trying to remember that.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, but yeah, I the one critique I have is that because Hera is pretty much Ezra's mother in this whole story of Rebels, I was hoping to see Hera just run to Ezra and just hug him the moment he revealed himself, because Ezra is pretty much like her child.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see like you're back. What happened to Ahsoka and Sabine? And then we cut to them, in Peridea. Yeah, so that's what I was trying to figure out there. I like how Chopper realized, oh, that's my boy.
Yeah,
it's my gangster. It's my buddy. Oh no, take it. No, it's yours now.
I can't remember. I just can't remember. I really can't.
Okay. Last two good things for me.
Okay.
I love the fact that we got a bit of a taste of what Ray Stevenson's Baylan was looking for, and he's on top of the statue of the
statue of the father
of the Mortis gods.
Yep, with the son
nearby. And then this daughter, I don't know what happened. The daughter portion of the statue just got obliterated.
Taken off.
And he's looking down to in the distance. The beacon of Gondor, and the beacons are lit down in the horizon.
Yeah,
we get a bit of a taste that whatever he's looking for, whatever is calling to him, is something to do with the Mortis gods, because that is the Mortis god. And I'm surprised that the Mortis gods were not only gods of the Star Wars galaxy, but they were more galactic.
Yeah,
they were gods of multiple galaxies at that point.
Yeah.
So something there has to do with the Mortis gods. So, and what you were saying, that we were never going to see Ray Stevenson play this role again.
Yeah, we just can't.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna move forward with telling us or showing us what it is he was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to either replace the actor, recast him, which they'd have to get an actor that's his height, his build, and looks at least somewhat similar.
The people already have come up with some fan castings.
Who?
He's a great actor. I've seen him in a lot of stuff. Not only movies. What?
Liam Neeson.
Close.
Sean Connery.
He's dead.
Dang it.
Get the Witch Sisters. Get the Witch Sisters. They'll resurrect them. Don't worry. Don't worry, Morgan. We're coming for you in Africa.
I'm just imagining him. Don't worry, shit. I'm coming back for you.
Don't worry. We're going to Africa. We're going to bring you back to life.
We're going to go back to the man in Africa. Should I never die?
The actor that played Sabretooth in Wolverine.
He was a wrestler. I can't remember his name, the actor's name. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him, and then also the actor that plays the bold witch in Witcher.
Oh! I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, he's the advisor to the to the Idiot King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are two fan castings right now. Yeah. I think they got the build. They got the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just.
It's gonna suck.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like replacing Henry Cavill as Witcher. This is not gonna be the way Henry Cavill plays the character.
And you know what? This is a good and bad, but Ray Stevenson's portrayal of the character of Baylan does really take the limelight from Thrawn. Because I was like, even though Thrawn was good, Lars Mikkelsen was great, I wanted more from Baylan.
Yeah, I did want more.
Mystery.
I did want more.
You know? And I think it's also bad and good. It took away a lot from Thrawn. Because this is Thrawn's moment to shine, these episodes, and Baylan's doing the least, and he's shining like the beacon of Gondor at this point, you know? So it was cool. It was cool. That's some good. And also, my last good is the final send-off at the end with Ahsoka and Sabine. Sabine's like, they're stuck in the planet with Baylan and also Shin, and they're looking down to the distance with the stars with the hermit crabs, and then Sabine's like, you sense that? I don't know. And then Ahsoka just looks behind and she's like smiling.
Oh, that moment cracked me up, dude. That moment, it really did, in a way, it cracked me up because it was this, oh man, he made it home. That's nice. All right, one turn away, other keep looking, other keep looking, other keep looking. Wait, swap? Now the other turn away, other keep looking, other keep looking. Did you feel, no, maybe? All right, turn back around, other keep looking, other keep looking, other keep looking. Like, they kept, it's like a little dance. Like, like, come on. Just feel it already. That's what we need. We need the stormtroopers to be getting up and doing the I mean, it was nice. It was nice in that.
I like how Anakin appears. The Force goes again. I was like, oh,
that was good. That was a good moment. Him looking at his apprentice and his apprentice's apprentice.
Yep.
That was a good moment. I really liked that moment. But then to also have it to where Anakin's Force Ghost, it gives that idea that the Force transcends even different galaxies, and that it's, you know, it really exists in all over the place, that his Force Ghost could actually be there too. Yep. I thought it was great.
I like how Shin's story is still with on the planet Peridia, so we can continue off whatever show they're gonna do. I'm hoping that the Ahsoka show will be their own thing, trying to get back to us, and not going back and forth with two different galaxies. And this separates the whole story arc, and then possibly get them all together in one big movie like the Avengers, right? But either way, Shin is looking at her own little tribe of you know, nomads,
the nomads
that she's protecting at this point.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with it, because it really did end off of this open ending. Are we moving into some of our other critiques with it at this moment?
Okay, I think we talked enough about the good. Let's talk about the bad.
The big one for me, man. Partially, this is my own fault, and I think a lot of people suffer from this in many ways. I wanted a good hitting, hard moment.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire. He comes in. Syndulla's like, holy crap, that's the Chimera. You know, quick, we need to call in the fleet. Like, maybe even she jumps away, and then they come back, and in that time that they come back, Thrawn's had enough time to be like, yo, where my peeps at? Get over here.
Exactly. I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
And the reason why I didn't think that was going to happen was because I know how Dave Filoni works, and
but we could have had 20 minutes of that.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Maybe the return of the fleet. The return of the Empire fleet coming out to hyperspace.
Right. Syndulla just goes, oh man, this is not good. And she jumps away, and comes back with like 4 of those new ships, and they start ganging up on the Chimera in the Eye of Sion, right? But then, of course, since Thrawn's been here for X amount of time and he's already got his forces prepped and ready to go, it's not just like 1 Star Destroyer that pops in or 2 Star Destroyers. Maybe that's what you see at first. And but then you get and then Super Star Destroyer. And then it's just that moment where the fleet and Syndulla are just like, this is bad. This is really.
Are these all the remnants?
Really
Empire? Yeah.
Bad. Like I wanted that moment.
Yeah.
I wanted that moment, and I feel like me personally, was robbed of it. I think we could have got it.
I think it's okay to feel this way when you. Cause I've told you before. Like I'm hoping things turn out all right, and sometimes it doesn't. But it's okay to have hope.
I want my space back.
We're gonna get it, Gabe. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, Gabe. I want to see Thrawn coming in and wipe the floor of Coruscant. Okay, that's what I want to see. I want to see that because I've read it in the books. I've read it in the comics. But I do want to see that. But it's gonna take time.
Thrawn at the end of this episode, he made a deal. I also thought it was interesting that he's the one who woke up the Night Sisters. Again, a moment I wish I would have been shown.
Yeah.
Not told. That he woke up the Night Sisters.
And how he woke them up. Like, what it was. Like, the thing is, the one thing I did not, the bad gripe, we were building to something that was dangerous. Something evil in this
last episode had so much telling.
And we don't see any of it.
So much telling and not showing.
We don't see any of it that was building up. Like, what was driving Thrawn? Like he needed to get out of this planet.
Right.
Like what was happening on this planet why was the Night Sisters had to leave?
Yeah.
So badly. What was going on this planet? We didn't see any of it. We didn't even see a taste of it.
Yeah.
And you know another thing? I hate the fact that we gave freaking Morgan Elsbeth a power-up and she just dies in that episode.
I was kind of okay with it.
I was hoping that she was gonna take that power-up to the Art Galaxy.
I was kind of okay with it. That part I was kind of okay. I was expecting the last showdown to be between Elsbeth and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And I was expecting Ahsoka I was expecting her to die. I'm
okay with her dying. I just wish she just didn't get the power up and then she died. I felt like it's like when I give you the Xbox controller.
Okay.
Right. I give you the Xbox controller.
But I'm a PC guy.
But I give you the Xbox controller.
But I'm a PC.
All right, you about to, I know. You know what? No, better yet. Okay, me and you are playing Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Right? We're playing maybe some fighting game, right? Or GameCube. Oh, talk about GameCube. There's more fighting games. Smash Bros. We're playing Smash Brothers.
Playing Smash Bros.
Okay, because it's my house. I'm playing with the better controller.
That's fine.
I give you the better controller.
Okay.
And you fail.
Well, that's just because I'm not good at Smash Bros.
That's what happened. I give you the better controller to do better.
No, it was literally like it was a Dragon Ball Z moment. You haven't seen my final form. She turns into her final form and gets her butt kicked by Goku anyways.
I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to see more flair from her.
I get.
We had fun. I think
that fight was good. Though.
No, it was good. It was great. I loved it.
The fight was good.
I just wish she was. We had her a little bit more.
The only critique I have between Ahsoka and Elsbeth's fight was there was a lot of whiffs. There was a lot of like whiff, whiff.
Choreography.
A lot of whiffs.
Yeah.
A lot of whiffing.
Yeah.
They whiffed a lot.
Yeah. Another thing too, because of time constraints, the rushing of the tower, the zombies, a rush. We gotta rush.
Gotta get to them.
Gotta
stop Thrawn from being Thrawn.
Yeah. So, you could tell it was this episode was a lot more rushed compared to the others because it was the final episode. You know, there was no time room to build, room to grow.
You know, the other thing that you mentioned this earlier. The turbo lasers, man.
Yeah, what was up with the turbo lasers?
Turbo lasers, bro.
What made me mad is that they went full power on the tower, but you didn't go full power when they were coming to the tower? I mean, I get it. If you're a Jedi, you could dodge these turbo lasers, but these are turbo lasers.
Turbo lasers, man.
These are made
turbo
to
lasers,
bring down ships.
Turbo lasers, like the... okay, I like playing these tactical shooters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, one of my favorite tactical shooters, shout out to all those people out there that like Squad. Okay, tactical shooter. When your commander calls in or the enemy commander calls in an artillery strike, that thing's devastating. You get one round that just goes, and that alone in the game you can feel it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the ranging shot.
Yeah.
Once the bombardment hits, like anything that's in that radius, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Doesn't matter unless you're in a fire bunker deep inside, like making sure no shrapnel, no explosion like can hit you. Like in the bunker, you're dead. And from all of the Star Wars history, anytime an ISD comes over an area and just starts turbo lasering, like just bombarding the area.
Unshield this city. This is the reason why
that's why the
Hoth battle had a shield. Because if they didn't have that shield, Star Wars would have been
gone.
Bombardment.
Bombard the whole thing, glass it, and
glass it. Yes.
But for some reason, these 3 Jedi, with their mounts, like they dodged every single one of those. And I get some of them are like way out in the outside the bounds, but the only thing I can think of is that the Chimera is underpowered.
That's what I was thinking.
That's the only thing.
Maybe it should have been mentioned. Like, the Chimera. Sir, we're
only at 25% on our power reserves for our batteries, and he's still like use them anyway.
Use them anyway. Still at 25%. I'm like, you're pushing it. You're really pushing it.
That was another one of those.
These are turbo lasers. It took me out of it. I wish they found a different way to get to it, or if you still wanted to use the turbo lasers, found a way to.
I mean, heck, the TIE fighters were doing more damage.
The TIE fighter did more damage
on the ship than the turbo lasers. Did. It was just one of those. It was one of those moments like. I really do feel like this last episode was a rush. It was a rush, or it was like something was not allowing it to be completed the way maybe even they hoped it would have been. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was the lack of budget. Maybe they just put too much into one thing. Maybe they were on time crunch. Honestly, we just don't know. Mm-hmm. But overall, it was lackluster. I'm trying to think of something.
Because the whole thing with the tower being destroyed, with the same terminators you use against the Jedi.
That tower just collapsed.
Just collapsed. I'm like, okay, where was that power in the beginning?
Yeah.
It took me away. Yeah. I was like, damn, this episode. Episode.
I feel the same way. There's just little things. It's not like one big moment. It's a little moment here, a little moment there, a little bit there. Again, it's like we could have had this nice big piece of cake, and we chopped it away, and we chopped it away, and we chopped it away, and we chopped it away until it became just this tiny little cake that was packaged up for us, and that was the end of this 8-course meal. And it was like, oh, you spent so much on all the other stuff.
Yeah, but you gave us a Rancor steak of episode 5. What happened to the dessert?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think episode 5 really took the efforts of the Rancor steak. That's what happened. Like, they put a lot of work into the Rancor steak, and they just forgot about the dessert.
The dessert was just not there.
Yeah. The build-up to the dessert was cool. It was great. I love the build-up to the... I wish episode 8 had a mixture of what was out there, and also what we were facing with Thrawn's Imperial.
Too many unleft questions.
Yeah.
I did like when because they had to wrap it up somehow with Thrawn. Did like how they went back to Dathomir.
Yeah, and I love the
showing
the Ark of the Covenant of all the bodies.
The showing of all of those coffins.
Yeah,
that makes it to where the scale. You're like, yep, That's gonna be
the Ark of the
messed up.
Covenant situation.
They're
Like,
gonna
look at the
mess people
Ark.
up.
He's building his own warehouse, Ark of the Covenant.
And that's all inside the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
That's not even like that, and we don't know, but that might only be one hold.
I like the mystery. I like the mystery. Like, what are these coffins?
Oh, I already know that. They're dead sisters.
They are. Yeah, no, you're right.
They're dead sisters. They're ready to.
But those that don't know, don't know the lore.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it brings up the mystery. I'm like, ooh, this is nice.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a very special coffin somewhere in there. They might have somebody very, somebody of lore or a new lore person or.
Yeah, another thing too. What I realized, there's a scene that never made it to Ahsoka, and I thought Mothma's reaction to her data pad in the trailer was Thrawn's return. There's in the trailer. There's a scene where Mothma's like looking at the data pad as she's arguing with politicians in the Senate. She gets this ding ding.
It's a ding ding. She gets a ding ding.
Thrawn's back.
She gets the Twitter alert.
Yeah, Twitter alert. Yeah, or the X alert. Yeah, and she's like distraught. I don't know what happened to that.
I don't know. We're not there in the cutting room.
Yeah.
We don't know what extra shots, extra scenes were created.
Yeah.
Are we gonna move into our overall rating?
Yeah, I think we can. But you have anything else to say before we move?
I'm thinking. Is there anything else?
I think we covered a lot.
There's always a lot.
Yeah.
Here's where Ezra's building his blade.
Yeah, I really like Ezra's look. It's very nomadic.
Yeah.
Untraditional.
Oh, I did like how who was it? Somebody mentioned the Ronin.
Thrawn. Yeah.
Thrawn mentioned the Ronin, and I was like, yeah. I'm glad you're bringing that word into it.
I love how they're bringing in a lot of Japanese influence and lore into Star Wars, which is originally
similar, like when you first see Ahsoka and Baylan square off.
Yeah.
Baylan has that knight's stance, while Ahsoka goes into the samurai stance, right?
Yes.
It's that classic matchup that a lot of people who, especially like
we've always seen
ancient
that.
history and stuff, or history martial arts, would be like, oh, who would win? There used to be even that show.
Yeah. I remember.
That was pretty cool. I liked showing those two different styles.
Yep.
It's just, I don't know. Overall, good show. I can't really think of. There's little nitpicks and things that we've gone over. I would say most of them, and I'm not thinking of any of the other ones off the top of my head.
I think we talked enough. I think I enjoyed overall. I love the build-up, but unfortunately, we won't see the resolution until either Ahsoka season 2 of this build-up, or in the Avenger movie that's supposed to be coming out for Mandalorian and Thrawn, or the Thrawn or the Heir to the Empire trilogy. Okay. There's work that's being done.
Yeah.
But we won't see any resolution for a long time.
Yeah. All right. Let's do something silly here. Put your hand under the table so we don't see, like, number of fingers, how you rate this. Mm-hmm. And we're just going to 3, 2, 1, we'll go.
Yep.
And we'll show the camera our rating.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. You got an 8. I got a 7.
You got a 7?
7.
Also, you were more like 7 and 8. Al's more like 8 and 9.
Okay. I got a 7 on this.
Yeah. So the whole show for me was a literal between 9 and 10. 9 and 10 throughout the show.
Okay.
But that episode 8, really brought the points down to an 8.
I was sitting at a 9 through most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 7 brought me down to an 8, just with the little things.
Yep.
Things. This last one brought me down to a 7. Episode 8 was actually. Let me rephrase. I was at I was at a 9. It went to an 8.5 after episode 7.
Yep.
And then episode 8 happened, and it really was more
if I could do 7.5 on my hands, it feels more like a 7.5.
Okay,
it's in between 7 and 8, like right there. Now, my 8 and 9 is because of episode 5 steak. The episode Rancor
episode
steak.
5. That's where my 9 came in.
I feel like if all these, I feel that if Ahsoka was all about the storyline between episode 1 through 5, and episode 5 was the ending to building up to what's going on with the next season with ISI and stuff.
Yeah.
Episode 5, the show would have been a 9 or a 10 because of building that story from episode 1 to 5. If they broadened it, added more to it, and episode 5 was our actual finale, it would have been a 9 and 10.
Okay.
That's how I.
Well, you remember I couldn't give, as much as I love Andor, and Andor is still sitting at like top 9.8. I can't give that a perfect 10. So it's very. I feel like I'm gonna be. Is it IGN or whoever only gives out like perfect 10s every once in a while?
Once in a while.
It's gonna be very hard for me to give a perfect 10 to something.
Yeah.
Overall, I say this many times over, and I hope everybody respects the people who put the time and effort into making the show. The people who worked on the show, I give them all props.
I think it's when people complain about the shows or movies, it's the story.
It's the story.
It's never production, unless it's the CGI. Unless people complain about the CGI, that's
no, even
story.
on CGI. Because just now, Disney CGI artists have unionized.
I know.
Yeah.
The thing is, the two complaints I hear all the time.
Yeah.
It's never about the production as far as like the sets and the looks. It's never that. The two things I hear most of the time is either story or the CGI.
CGI breaks you out of it. Yeah. That's why.
Breaks you out of the immersion.
Right.
And it's never. I think everyone does a great job bringing these characters, bringing the sets and the look.
Acting was really well done. Cinematography is really well done.
It's just the story.
Choreography is pretty good. On the 90% of the time, the choreography is really good.
I love this part where they were lifting up the ship. I think that was pretty cool.
That was cool. That was cool.
The Jedi's just doing their thing. I thought it was pretty cool. They were pretty much landing gears. They were being very Jedi landing gears.
Yeah. I think seven is good for me just because one, I still really enjoy it. I think it's got good lore building. I think it's got overall the story progression is decent, except for that end part. That's the biggest part for me.
Mine's is still an 8. But I do understand. It does feel like a 7.5, and I would definitely sit with you right there at 7.5. My only reason why it's an 8 is just because of that Rancor steak in episode 5. Really brings it up.
It's the Vaderness, man.
Yeah, I love the fact that Hayden Christensen did his own Henry Cavill reload of the arms. With his shoulder shrugs, shrugging and becomes Vader. Oh, I'm ready. You lack conviction, and he just turns into goddamn Vader. I love the fact that in that episode, it felt like the sabers were turning to you in a bit, like going from Vader and Anakin.
Yeah.
Vader. Yeah. Was it CG? Was it like CGI, or was it your mind playing games?
It was the character doing it. It was the actor doing it. Yeah.
Because there's times where I'm seeing Vader's lightsaber hilt, and there's times I see Anakin's lightsaber hilt. I'm like, is the actual CGI playing games with me, or is my mind playing games because I'm seeing Vader and Anakin balanced?
Probably both. Probably both.
Oh.
And whatever little mushrooms you were taking right before.
I love them mushrooms. As much as I love them cakes. Mushroom cakes.
The Rancor steak had a little extra seasoning. I think that's really about it, man.
Yep.
For Ahsoka and this little journey we went on for Ahsoka.
Like I said, I had no doubts with this show until episode 8. Other than that, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved every minute.
We can be critical, and still love
the
it.
one thing I've noticed.
Yeah.
That you didn't do.
What, me?
After every episode.
Me?
you would either message me or call me how excited
I did not message you at the end of this.
You didn't do it for episode 8.
No, I didn't.
Even though you know, I haven't watched the episode yet, you always were messaging
I always do something like, dude, or bro, or...
You didn't do it. I was like wondering. I was like, did he watch episode 8?
I did.
You didn't do it.
No.
That's the one thing I noticed. Gabe would message me every damn time after the episode airs. You're like, dude, bro. He didn't do it for episode 8.
Did not do it for episode 8.
You were this hurt. I was like, damn.
Oh, just let down.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
Not hurt.
I feel you.
Let down.
It's okay, Gabe. It's okay to feel let down and feel to have hope.
No, I want my space battle.
Okay, we're gonna get it.
We're
gonna get it.
I want Thrawn to be sitting there.
Now you know how I feel.
Want him on the deck of the Chimera with his hands behind his back, looking out over the carnage
my boy Thrawn
that he is instilling upon the galaxy.
Do you feel Enoch is now Thrawn's right-hand man when it comes to protecting him? Now, because it was what's his name?
Agent what? No, it wasn't. That was before Thrawn came in.
Yeah, it was whoever's because I feel Enoch now is his protector now.
The actor I like the actor who plays Enoch.
Yeah, he was an expense. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that actor. He does a good job.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Let's see where it goes. We just gotta see where everything goes.
Yeah. And that's one thing I did like about the Ahsoka show. It opens doors.
Yeah, it does open doors.
It also opened doors for the creative mind, creative process for Star Wars that I have not seen. This show brought hope to me that Star Wars is still alive and strong.
Mando didn't do that for you? Mando didn't do that for you?
Mando brought the grit back. Brought the grit back.
Okay.
It brought the back that we can still have a dirty Star Wars. It doesn't have to always be shiny and nice. It brought back the
His
dirt.
armor was very shiny.
Yeah, but the story was dirty. But then Ahsoka brought back the magic. For me.
I would say. See, this is where we've even talked to other people about like how.
Don't get me wrong. I think Mandalorian brought back Star Wars together for the fandom, for everybody.
Well, I think it's different feels.
Yeah.
It's completely different feels. Where.
Oh my God, this turbo laser crap.
Where episodes 1 through 6, we're not going to go into sequels. Episodes 1 through 6 is the fantasy. The White Knight, the knights, the samurai, the space wizards, the princess, the queen.
Yep.
That's the fantasy film. Rogue One is a war film. What do we got? Andor is spy
film.
Yeah. It's spy films.
Yeah.
Solo was a heist film. This Ahsoka goes back to the fantasy. It goes back to the fantasy.
And I don't mind different feels. I really don't mind.
Right. Mandalorian was the Western.
That's the perfect. There you go, Western. I was trying to find a word.
Yeah.
Because it's dirty. It's Western.
It's the Western.
Yeah.
It's the spaghetti Western /
but I do wish that Jon Favreau's Western / bombastic nice bow did make it.
Was at the end? Yeah.
But the thing is, this was Dave Filoni, and
it's all Dave Filoni.
It's all Dave Filoni, but this was Dave Filoni's baby.
Yeah.
And I get it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Overall, I think that was good.
I enjoyed it. No hate train on Ahsoka. It was actually one hell of a train that derailed towards the end, but it's still good.
The caboose was cut off.
Yeah, the caboose.
Caboose, you're like, oh, look, train. Oh, look at the engine, and oh, there goes the cars, and oh, that's where the people sit. And then you're like, why is the caboose so tiny? Why is it so small?
So small.
Yeah. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up. Again, guys, thank you all for coming in and watching the Geekin Out of Your Mind review of the Ahsoka show in its completion. Episode 5 through 8. We're going to do a lot more reviews coming up. We got some unboxings we're working on. Check out the unboxings down below. Some of the lists and the channels. Check them out. Some of the shorts we do. It's hilarious.
Get ready for Blue Beetle.
Oh, the Blue Beetle review.
When we talk about Blue Beetle, because somebody worked on that.
Gabe. Yeah, Gabe worked on the Blue Beetle.
Yep, it's under Gabriel.
Gabriella.
No, not just Gabriel. It's Gabrial. Gabriel Cruz.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Gabriella.
No.
Gabriella.
No, not even close.
Not
even close.
Okay.
That's only when I'm performing in Mexico.
I
let my hair down or that.
Yeah. I let my hair back and forth. I let my hair back and forth. No.
But please remember, like, subscribe, join in all the conversations.
Let us know in the comment section how you felt about the Ahsoka show.
How did you feel?
And those of you that haven't given it a chance or don't want to do your homework, please give
I wish you well.
Yeah.
Go support the creator. Go watch that film.
Oh, yeah. That should be fun. That should be fun.
So good.
But all right, guys. Gabe.
Yeah.
I love you 3000.
I love you 600.
There's the way.
I have spoken.
One way out.
It's just love.
Perhaps it's time to begin again.
I still don't know which one to do. I still don't know what my last quote has to be. Still don't.
Give me a chomper, man. I missed the idea of it.
Oh, you go. Wait, you're doing another one? You can't do another one.
Not the truth.
No, stop it. Stop it. We stop. Look, it goes back and forth. You get one, I get one, okay? You can't add more.
Already got one.
Add more on top of the one that
I already got one. I was just saying. I already got one. It's Baylan's. I missed the idea of it.
But you already have It's Time to Begin Again.
How about this? I missed the idea of it. But not the truth.
And then I say, but not the truth?
But not the truth.
So you're going to replace It's Time to Begin Again?
No. We got the time to begin again. But then, perhaps it's time to begin again. Do your chomper.
Then I do chomper?
And then I
we only do
idea.
one quote, one set of quotes per each new thing.
Let's change it up. Sometimes perhaps it's time to begin again.
We'll talk about it. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
Love you 3000, guys. Love you. Adios.